This is Steve Downs, the voice of Master Chief, Sierra 117, and you're watching Xbox Ultimate. Now, finish the fight. Chief out.
Hello, everybody. What is going on? This is Xbox Ultimate Podcast number 73, and we are live bringing you lots of fun, positive conversations about Xbox. And hey, we're going to have a great show today because we have an amazing guest. I've tried to get you on the show before, but to no avail because you're usually crazy busy on Friday nights with your job and stuff, but you had availability right now, so you decided, hey, you're not going to only do our show, but you did another show before this, and you hop over here to do our show as well. So I appreciate you being here, dude. And how are you doing, man?
I'm doing good. Just I said yes to you, and then Mooch kept asking me if I could, and I'm like, what time's your show? He's like 6. I'm like, I'm gonna have to leave early then.
Yeah.
He's like, why you gotta leave early? I'm like, because I already told Mav I'd do his show. I'm not bailing on him.
And he's like, who's Mav?
I know he knew you were, so yeah. He's like, yeah, that's fine. So, but yeah, October, November, December are crazy for me. I think I saw my kids once. So.
Oh wow, man. Yeah, busy times, right? I'm sure it's getting busy back there now as well, right? Like it's
busier than I'd like it to be. Just today we only had so many spine cases, so I was able to actually be off today.
Okay. Right on.
Which, having a wife, no offense, Caitlin, means you're not off. There's still stuff you get to go do. So.
Yeah. Did you go dumpster diving on your days off?
I save those for when my wife's not knowing about it, because otherwise I'd look like someone's, Master Chief with a stench about them. So.
well, appreciate you being here, man. Like, one of the good guys in the community, absolutely hilarious too. Love watching you on Wednesdays with GBTB, which is actually the first podcast that had asked me to be on as a guest. So I still remember meeting you for the first time there, when you did a little bit of a thing, and I had burned my eyes out, I think, during that show. So yeah, that was a fun time. But we also have our regular.
What thing did he do?
I can't remember.
Can you show up?
I think it was like a thing, a thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, a thing, Yeah, there's a lot of hijinks that goes down on Wednesday nights. But we have the regular panel here as well as usual. My first in my heart, my lovely wife Caitlin, who has an interesting picture up on her profile right now. So thanks for digging that out of the closet and putting it up there.
I had to, because I had a different one, but you said that it wasn't. I wasn't good enough.
That you weren't. No, that picture would not be allowed on YouTube for sure. I can guarantee you that picture you had there would cause us some trouble. So, but this one is okay, I guess. How long ago was that picture taken? Like 10 years ago or so, maybe?
I think like 2000, like 8, 9.
Is this like a 10-year challenge then going on?
Yeah. So that's like what, 14 years ago? Wow. That's 14 years ago. I was a proud 360 owner, I think, at the time. Is that right? 2008.
Well, just look at the TV behind you. It was like one of those big box ones.
Oh yeah, it had this like a big gray base on it. Yeah, it was one of those old school big screens. That was our. I remember that. That was at our apartment back then. Yeah, I remember that. Okay. Why was I licking balloons?
I don't know.
Look at the photo. What were you trying to do?
Arouse my wife. I don't know.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Hey baby, do you want some of this? Hey, and we got the mellow fellow from outer space, the one and only Psychonauts. How's it going, dude?
Oh, fantastic. My webcam's not working, so that's always an awesome thing. Stupid freaking webcam. But yeah, no, it's been great.
Mine's not either, Psycho. It's okay.
Yeah.
I'm just
yeah,
kidding.
I
Mine
can't-
is. I just look like a troll right now.
No, you don't.
What?
I'd lick your balloons right now. We have
I didn't say I had troll boobies.
Oh, okay. We have
Those
the
are fine.
encyclopedia of gaming dating back to the very first game ever created, the one and only Pong Soul. What's up, dude? How's it going?
Winter Wonderland, where I'm at right now, we got just about 6 inches up here. So stay at home
Got
today.
6 inches up there, Pong.
Yeah, well, I've got that too. But I was talking about snow.
Shit.
I was talking about snow. So, but anyways,
Oh my God.
it was a snow day for me, but I still had work to do, so I had to do that. But otherwise, it is Friday night. I am with the fam, or at least part of the fam. Rest of the fam, I miss you. Fork Boy, it's been too long, brother. It's great to be on a show with you finally, man. Thanks for dropping on in. I know you've had a busy day so far with another show, so thank you, sir.
No problem. Mav's been trying since I want to say late October, early November. We've been.
I believe it. I believe it. So glad you could be here, though, man. This is gonna
I'm
be
glad
a
to be here.
great,
Glad
great
to-
show.
have some fun.
Yeah, no, we do. We go left a lot. So kind of like you guys do over GBTV. So let's see here. Mav, speaking of which, last night we
Yes, sir.
talked about this. NBA 2K22. I just got done sending off 10 of my fake My Team cards to the fake card grading service using my Team points as I bashed it.
Did you
last
get any
night.
good grades? Did you get any like?
Well, I don't
nines?
know because I have to wait 6.5 hours for them to return.
Okay. Now there is a
And-
bonus you get.
That's
Like if you, the
stupid.
better
Yes,
grade
you
you
get-
get multipliers.
And the more players that you have graded that is in your starting lineup, you get more My Team points as well for each game. So there is bonuses to it, but you have to do it. It's 6.5 hours, not real time, Mav. You have to have the game on.
What?
What?
Yes. It stops if you turn off the game.
Are you kidding? Are you sure?
No.
Are you sure about this?
Yes, I tested it.
So
This sounds like the dumbest thing ever.
It is. It actually is. It's 2K is 2K. Look, they're greedy bastards. They are doing everything possible to make you, first of all, stay playing their game nonstop, spend a ton of money, and then waste more time waiting for your fake players to come back from a fake grading service. It's just fantastic, let me tell you. But anyways, I just got done doing that. So this was a way. Spend 2 hours here, maybe a little bit over 2 hours here. So then part of that time is done. So I've got it on in the background. So anyways, we got a lot to talk about. Let's get down to business, man.
I wonder also, Pong, if like that's a precursor to like you sending your card away to get stamped
Graded.
graded as an NFT.
Yeah, maybe. But hey, look, I already said that would be the worst case scenario, right? If EA and
That's
2K
just like
start
a
doing
random number
NFT
generator.
cards.
Yeah.
The only good thing would be is if they allowed you then to carry that card over to the next season,
Yes.
right? That would be the only good part about it if they allowed it, which of course they wouldn't do because then nobody buy new cards. So
Or if you get like a PSA 10 in that, whatever the grading system is, then they
Yeah.
like, mail you one in like real life so you can have like a real version. Like,
come on.
That would be like hitting the video game card lottery. I wonder how much
Yeah.
those would be worth, because like the collectible trading card industry still right now is actually really hot as well. Like a lot of people are investing in it, using it as an investment system and stuff like that as well. But also, hey,
Using-
Jasper, the realist. What's up, man?
Debbie
the Lore
Downer.
Master, the Debbie
Yeah.
Downer,
Debbie
the
Downer.
Lore Master, realist. What you got? Many names. You got many titles.
Yep.
Wear many hats. What's up, dude?
we got about 3 to 5 inches of snow coming here Sunday, Pong. So I'll be
Yeah, I
around
get
to Wonderland
I get
soon.
another round on Sunday as well,
Yeah.
Jasper. So it's
So
great.
Pong's got 6 inches, and you got about 3 to 5,
Yeah,
Depending
okay.
on the day.
yeah.
depending on the day. Depending on how
When it's cold
it is
outside, it's a little less.
Okay, right on. Fair enough. You know. All right, guys. So we got a lot to talk about. I want to start with we were already talking about 2K a little bit here, and I think I want to talk a little bit more about 2K now because they have a studio called Rockstar Games. Now we did get there's a rumor swirling around that find to be probably true. I don't even really 100% know where it was sourced from originally, but apparently Red Dead Redemption is getting a remake, according to this rumor, and also Red Dead Redemption 2 is getting an update, according to this rumor. Now, this seemed pretty legitimate from when I was looking into it, but it's just a rumor, so take it with a grain of salt, but it does make sense. It's not like a completely far-fetched thing, right? It's not like they said Red Dead 3 is coming next year. You know, that would be a far-fetched thing. So while this is maybe a little bit of exciting news, because Red Dead is amazing games, right? Red Dead 1 and 2, depending on who you are, how much you love it, they're still known as being amazing games, right? It still begs the question: is there any new game announcements coming from Rockstar? And what happened? Right?
Yeah, next gen.
When's the last new game announcement we got from Rockstar? It was Red Dead 2, which had been in development for a really long time. Other than that, we've gotten ports and we've gotten remaster and stuff like that. GTA Online stuff, you know, you got GTA Online stuff, Red Dead Online stuff. It just, I want to go back into the history of Rockstar a little bit. Okay. So going on their website, this is their games. They got Wild Metal, Thrasher, presents Skate and Destroy, Grand Theft Auto. Then they have GTA 2, Oni, Smuggler's Run, Midnight Club, Smuggler's Run 2, Italian Job, State of Emergency, Max Payne, Smuggler's Run Warzones, GTA 3, Midnight Club 2, GTA Vice City, Max Payne 2, Manhunt, Red Dead Revolver, Grand Theft Auto Advance, GTA San Andreas, Midnight Club 3, Dub Edition, classic, GTA Liberty City Stories, The Warriors, GTA Vice City Stories, Rockstar Table Tennis, Manhunt 2, something called Beaterator. I haven't heard of that one. Grand Theft Auto Chinatown Wars, Grand Theft Auto 4, Midnight Club Los Angeles, Midnight Club Episodes from Liberty City, Red Dead Redemption, Undead Nightmare, Max Payne 3, Bully, LA Noire, GTA Online, and Grand Theft Auto 5, Red Dead Redemption 2. And then we got, you know, Red Dead Online, the GTA trilogy. It seems, okay, so Red Dead Redemption 2 came out, what, in 2018?
Yeah, I believe so.
Did you say Oni in there as well?
Yes, Oni. Yep.
Oh, okay. Do you know who did Oni, by the way? Off topic. They published it, but do you know who made it?
What,
Nope.
No. Okay,
Nope.
hold on. Let me think about this. No, yeah, Bungie. Was it Bungie?
Bungie. That
Yes.
is correct. Yep, it was Bungie. Yep. Their long forgotten game. Yep.
Yeah, Bungie, which I guess Oni, right? It kind of coincides with, you know, some of the lore from Halo.
That'd be great for them to come back with that game.
Yeah. So, all right, we'll start with our special guest here, Fork. Did Rockstar forget how to create new games?
I mean, we can take a look at the fact they just released, what was it? GTA 2, 3, and 4, or 3 and 4 again, and it was a complete disaster.
Yeah, it's the laziest port I've ever seen, I think.
They're going to milk things as long as they can. GTA 5's been out for what, 8 years, 9 years?
Yeah, 9. It'll be 10 next year.
Yeah.
Came out in 2013 on the 360.
A three-generational game.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, so 9 years this September. So they're going to milk it as long as they can. Red Dead 2, I don't know many people that actually 100% of that game. Just the fact that I'd play, but I'd get lost because the game's so damn big.
Yeah.
But taking that, it's still a great game. GTA 5, I've had fun with it, but they're going to milk it as long as they can. Microtransactions, get as much as they can, because, I mean, we've all talked about it different times, even on Twitter. They don't make money off game sales. They make money off microtransactions.
Yeah.
The amount of money they make off sharp cards and everything else, they'll just keep milking as long as they can, do more heists, build bigger hotels, bigger yachts, and people will just keep buying it. So, I mean, I don't know. To me, it's kind of crappy. They'll milk Red Dead Redemption for a while. I'm glad that it's coming out again. I'm just kind of wondering how it's going to be, because I actually enjoyed Red Dead Redemption just because you could play online privately, so you don't have to play with other people. Where Red Dead 2, you have to play with other people. So, but we'll see. I mean, I don't like the fact that we went from, I mean, you're scrolling the thing right now. We went from so many games they brought out, constantly bringing games out, to where now we get to sit here for 8 years for the next game.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. That's kind of what I'm getting at. Is like I think they're still capable of creating a masterpiece. It's
Well, I mean, they
just
can look at GTA 5, look at Red Dead Redemption 1, Red Dead Redemption 2.
yeah. The last
make
game,
great
Red
games.
Dead 2 was my game of the generation.
Now, is that because the games are getting bigger though, so it takes more time to create though?
Yeah,
Like,
but they got so many studios, and like, but even for the time back then, those games still took a long time to make. But
Yeah.
they had multiple studios working on multiple projects, right? Like, so they had this flow, and now I don't know what they've amounted to as far as what's their workflow, right? Is it all just okay, 30% GTA Online, you got 10% working on Red Dead Online, you got 30% working on remasters, and how much is left there for like new game development?
I know for the Red Dead like online communities, they're like complaining right now because it's been like 6 months or something like that since they've had like a update to their game. So I don't know if that's like because maybe they're focusing more on the remaster or the remake for the first one. Like we'll just have to see, I guess. But I know the Red Dead community is kind of complaining a lot. So
Yeah. When does it? What year? We'll go cycle. What year do you think we'll finally see a new Red Dead or new Rockstar game? Like it could be a Red Dead 3, it could be GTA 6, it could be something else. How long do you think we'll have to wait?
Oh, probably 2026. Probably when the new consoles come out.
So they're gonna skip a generation without a new game, you think?
Yeah. I mean, they have already kind of. Well, no, I take that back because Red Dead 2. But yeah, I
that
mean,
the
it was
only-
damn close.
Was that the only game last gen?
they
was-
remade 5 and stuff, but or put it on
New
next gen.
game, yeah. Red Dead 2 is the only new game.
Wow, that's true, man. So the entire Xbox One and PS4 generation, we
Yeah,
only
one
got
game.
one Rockstar game.
Yeah. I mean, what the GTA 5 was that came out on the 360.
Yeah,
That tells you how long
Yeah.
since they made a GTA. So they skipped for GTA, they skipped one generation. So it doesn't surprise me if they skip another. I mean, they're milking the hell out of GTA 5. As long as people are still buying shark cards, people are still doing that. They don't have any interest in building a new game because why should they if they're still getting money? And at the end of the day, that's what matters to them.
Yeah.
It's-
Have they
so
acknowledged that GTA 6 is actually in active development?
no, I don't think so. I haven't heard nothing. There
But
hasn't
there's
yeah,
even-
rumors and leaks, but that's,
Yeah, if you Google it, there's a ton of videos and everything on YouTube, but I guarantee it's more clickbait. People just trying to
Yeah.
probably
wish
pad
it
their
upon-
numbers.
wish it to existence, but I think they had the original team and I guess they left.
A lot of them have left,
But-
yeah, for
Yeah.
other jobs, different
So-
studios, you know.
Either A, they can't get the feel of what GTA 5 was and it's bad, or they just are just trying to freaking just milk it as and bring out other games. I mean, it doesn't have to be GTA. They can bring something else. Give us something else, Rockstar.
I'm
Well, I mean-
wondering also, is there like a brand new engine that they're working on as well that's going to like set the standard for the next 10 years plus? You know what I mean? Like sometimes these studios do take a long time with building new tech that can prolong things. I'm trying to be devil's advocate here, trying to think of a
No
possibility.
news. Nothing I heard
Yeah.
of that they're working on a new engine, so that'd be new. If they did, say something. At least say like we're working on the next generation engine to deliver the next gaming.
There was that
experience.
thing with
Something.
Take-Two about that AI technology that's powered by the cloud that they were going to be implementing in their new games. That was news, but they didn't I don't know if they necessarily mentioned GTA 6 or anything like
No.
that, you know.
No, nothing like that came out of Rockstar. I have not heard of anything. Because
Yeah.
if they announce something, we would know that everybody will go crazy. I mean, everyone thought that State of Play that they were going to show GTA 6 and then it was GTA 5 remake. Like, really? Okay.
Hmm.
So that's the only news that they have. They're remaking GTA 5 again.
Yeah. Man, it's
I mean,
a shame.
They suck.
GTA 5 sold 155 million
Yeah,
units. The only
it's-
game that's outsold it is Minecraft.
It's the number 2 selling game of all time, and it's also like if you want to do dollars, right? Minecraft's always been a budget game. It's like a $20,
Yeah.
$30 game or something like that. So, dollars wise, GTA has always been in like the $60 range, 50 when it's on, or 40 when it's on sale. Then you got all the shark cards and stuff. I wonder how much
The thing
revenue
with-
they've drawn with GTA.
The thing with Rockstar is every time they put GTA on sale, they add a shark card in it, so the sale price goes back up to normal price. So they like
Yeah.
trick you.
Yeah. I wonder if there's a way to look up how much money GTA 5 has made. for 2K.
Well, they've like every now and then they'll
Since
report
launch,
like $1 billion
six-
this quarter or something.
Wow.
But like,
$6.4 billion since they launched it.
Wow.
Yeah. So they're not gonna get rid of that.
But
They're
you know,
not getting rid of that.
there's a
That's-
thing about like taking your like, okay, we're winning with this. Let's like use this as an investment towards the next thing. Or what are they afraid to make the next GTA because they think it's going to take people away from what they know is successful currently, and then
Well, I
potentially
mean-
kill their own thing.
Yeah, I mean, Take-Two is the one that publishes it. Rockstar is the one that makes it. So as long as Take-Two's not pushing to make another one, they'll just milk the crap out of it because Take-Two still makes money off sales, and I'm sure they make a percentage
Yeah.
off of the microtransactions. So $6.4 billion in 8 years, that's pretty damn impressive.
Yeah, that's extremely impressive. You could buy a lot of stuff with that.
By
I mean,
Zynga.
that's
You
just
could
their
buy
one
Zynga.
game.
Yeah, that's half of the Zynga purchase, right? GTA
Well,
funded
actually,
half of Zynga.
yeah, but they only gave $3 billion in cash. I think the rest was in
Oh, that's
stock
true. So
options
you could
and
buy
stuff,
Zynga
so,
twice.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Pong, what about you, man? What do you think we'll see a new Rockstar game like?
Well, GTA 6, I mean, is obviously going to, I still think, be the next one. And I think that we're probably going to see best guess 2025.
Yeah.
2024, late 2024, early 2025, depending on how far they are actually with it. You know, they're developing it, but we've also heard rumors that they're having a hard time, like
Yeah,
deciding
like
what they're
they've
going to do with it,
reset
right?
development maybe once or twice.
Look,
or something, potentially.
This has been going on for a long time. It's not the Rockstar of old. We know that. You just went through that list. They used to put out multiple games each year. I think there was one year where they put out 5 games, right? That was the
That's
heyday.
crazy.
You
They're all
know, the
good
Canarian,
too. You know what I mean?
yeah, all unique. They're all
Yep.
different. I mean, Manhunter. I mean, my God, people were like freaking out about that game, of course, because that was back when video games were still all the evil. But at the end of the day, they were trying different things, right? And they were actually trying to be creative. And they were going out and publishing games like Oni, made by Bungie, right? Which people
Yeah.
don't remember. They were doing all this stuff. But the canary in the coal mine, was the 2006 when Jamie King left, right? One of the original founders, right? Abruptly in the middle of Grand Theft Auto 4 production. So, and that probably was the start of this, right? And then we find out that, Dan Hauser left last year, right?
Yeah.
This has been going on for a while. When you got somebody, this is what happens to companies. We've seen this many, many times.
Especially
It's
creatively
Activision.
led ones, right?
It doesn't work when you turn to investors, right? When the investors get involved, when you become based solely upon your stocks, right? You have a hard time maintaining that creativity. We saw it with Activision already. Activision has done the same thing. Activision used to make and publish so many different games. And now look, they got all their teams on Call of Duty.
Call of Duty. Yeah.
All of them. It's ridiculous. So we
BioWare.
got somebody. Yeah, exactly. BioWare, all of this stuff. We've seen this time and time again in this industry. So I think that we just kind of have to come to the realization that at this point, this is what we're going to get. We're going to sit and wait. And when Grand Theft Auto 5, Grand Theft Auto Online is making all of this absurd amount of money because people will not stop playing this. the Fortnite, right? It's their Fortnite. They just sit back and collect the money. They're going to keep milking it. Why wouldn't you? You're printing cash. My point is take some of that cash and go do some other games then. Even if you don't want to make another Grand Theft Auto, or you don't know how to do one right now because Grand Theft Auto 5 is still dry, making you so much money, so be it. But then do the Bully 2 that me and 3-Bit have been calling for. Go and use some of that money. It's not even like use all that money. Use a small portion of that and go back to your roots and start creating some new games, or take some old IP you got sitting in your catalog and start bringing it back again. Just do that. That's all I ask for. But I think at this point we understand that's just not the case. So we're going to sit around and wait for this thing. And again, I've been done with Grand Theft Auto for a long time, right? I tried 5, couldn't get into it, never was into the online, so I could care less. Red Dead, I love the first one, love the second one, still got to beat the second one, of course. But at the same time, I love them, and I hope that this remake is going to be great, and I hope they do the right, as we talked about last night, I hope they do right by it, Mav, and not do what they just did to Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah.
And disrespect the fan base and disrespect the game and its history. Grand Theft Auto is the reason why we got Rockstar.
I can't believe that passed any kind of like quality controls. Like,
again, it was for their bonuses.
How?
They had to do it for the bonuses. And again, but that goes back to planning, right? So now you see with all these major losses, like Jamie King, like Dan Hauser, all these people that had this vision, now that vision is gone, and now that, I know what's his face, the other brother, the other Hauser's still there, correct?
Yes.
I think he's still there. But once you lose 2 of your main co-founders, right? And you lose that vision, and now you're being told by the investors, you're being, told by Strauss Zelnick what you guys are going to do. It becomes very hard to maintain what you started.
Yeah, and he's a very just money guy, right?
Right, and that's fine. It's business.
Yeah.
This is business. We wouldn't have video games if people weren't making money. Okay, period. That's the reality situation. However, you can't forget that video games are based upon creativity, and when you solely focus on the money side of things and squash all the creativity, well, this is what you wind up with, right? You wind up with a soulless company. And we see it nonstop. Again, I'm part of the problem. I just talked about my 2K stuff, right? So again, that's business.
You're just funding the development of GTA 6, right? That's what you would hope.
I'm funding the development of the
A23.
The same game next year in 2K23 is what I'm funding all over again.
Yeah.
So,
Or they'll get rid of the cards and you can't use them.
which is, it happens every year, right?
You get new cards though.
Yeah, I get new cards. Yeah, I get to go buy new cards. Sweet. So yeah, no, Mav, I just think it's a loss to the original vision. We are now got a soulless company that's kind of wandering around like a zombie. That's why they're having problems with Grand Theft Auto 6. It's why they can't make the decisions. That's why we haven't heard anything. I mean, again, even if you want, look, we've talked about this too, man. They could take GTA Online, right? And they can it already is, right? It's a separate whole game. It's a separate service, it's a separate platform, however you want to call it.
It's so outdated too, like with so many things.
Right, exactly. But it's a living world that's beating on its own. So all you do is go make GTA 6 as a single player experience, and then you start behind the scenes working on how you're going to update Grand Theft Auto Online, right? And bring it up to date in a few years. That's what you do. People
forget GTA Online didn't even launch with GTA 5. It came out after
later.
Yeah.
Correct. I don't know, man. It's tough.
No, I mean, it makes sense. Just take GTA Online since it's not GTA 5 Online, it's GTA Online.
Yep.
And just add GTA 6 to it or update it or do something.
That's what Call of Duty started doing with Warzone, right?
Yeah.
You make it a part of every Call of Duty game.
I mean, honestly, GTA 6 is at least 2 years. I mean, let's be real. When we see a game, E3 or whenever they first show it, they'll show the little teaser where it's usually a CGI video or whatever. We get excited, and then it's about a year later before you see gameplay, and then from there, it's still another year to 2 years before the game launches.
And they've always delayed them. Like GTA got delayed like 3 times. Red Dead got delayed. So,
I mean, 2 years is happy, but honestly, it'll be a year to gameplay, and then 2 years to 3 years before we actually see the game.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, we're talking 2024, 2025.
At best.
Yeah. It's crazy, man, because they have so many devs, you know. And what? How many studios they have? Like it was like Rockstar North, Rockstar blah blah blah,
San
Rockstar,
Diego.
blah,
Yeah, but
blah,
if you're
blah.
constantly losing talent, it doesn't matter how many studios
Yeah.
you have. If the people you have that made you who you are have left to go do other studios.
Yeah, because
So as long as you're constantly losing the people that made your games and made you who you are, like Pong was talking about, Bully and Manhunt and all those games that built your foundation, all those people have left. Okay, now what? Now you're just going to milk the cow while you have it because nobody else can get another cow.
They've even gotten lazy with their trailers too. Like the GTA.
They got 10 studios, by the way, Mav.
10? Oh my god.
10.
GTA
10.
5, like the remaster trailer that they had at the last show was like the worst thing I've seen too. What were you saying, Psycho?
No, I was gonna say, it's just you're losing talent because they're remaking the same game. They're not working on anything new that we know of. So, why would you want to stay somewhere just to do and not innovate and do a new game? Like Bully 2 would be phenomenal. That would be the next succession. You did GTA 5, you're milking that, whatever. Now you did Red Dead Redemption 2, recepted well amongst gamers. Do Bully 2. And while working on Red Dead or working on GTA 6, and trying to figure out what you want to go from there. And give something new and give your talent, all that talent. You want to keep it, let them work on something new. People are leaving just to do something else. I guarantee you that's probably majority of what that was. Because I get sick and tired doing the same thing over and over and over and over.
All they
again.
do is make new content for online, so they just need artists and coders, and that's it.
Yeah. So
There's a couple things that have happened too. Like Codemasters, when they went after Codemasters, I really do believe they were going to try to bring back Midnight Club, right?
Man, that would have been great.
It would have been great. And I think that was their intention with buying Codemasters, was to do that. So I think there's still people within the company that do want to do other things. I just think, again, leadership wise, without Dan, without Jamie, they've lost their way. I don't think Sam, again, sometimes when you form a company with, especially the Hausers, I mean, they're brothers, but you form it with people that you work well with, and it's kind of a collective brain at that point, and you guys are all adding to it. And when you lose 2/3 of that brain, sometimes the 1/3 just can't keep going with what they had going on. And the other thing that I think that they really missed out on, and I think it was their opportunity to get out of this cycle, was never committing and developing that agent game. Remember that agent game that they had?
Yeah,
remember that thing?
Really hyped up, man.
They had that thing they finally let the copyright run out on it or whatever. I think just this past year or something like that. I think this is the first year they didn't renew it, but they had renewed it over and over and over again for what, like 10 years, 12 years. They had a chance to start another franchise. They could have had a triple-headed monster, because as we've talked about, man, again, we don't know what the game was, but obviously we had inklings that it was a
kind of stealth
spy stealth kind of thing. And what we talked about, we want Alpha Protocol to come back again. There's still no real, without Siphon Filter around,
Metal Gear is extinct right now.
Metal Gear is kind of extinct, obviously, and of course Sam Fisher being MIA all these years, there is a spot for that type of game that's just not there. And Agent sounded like that they had huge plans. I mean, originally I remember, because obviously I was still old enough at the time, because I was old already. When Agent was announced, and some of the people that heard about it, and back then it was, we didn't have the internet like we do now, but there was a lot of people that were talking at the time, and they said that this was a big thing. Like they had big giant plans for this game, and it was going to be expansive, and it was going to be, you are a secret agent.
I wonder if the success of Red Dead Redemption kind of maybe sidelined that, and GTA 4 and GTA 5 and GTA Online,
right?
You know what I mean? Like it just got, all their other ones got too big that they couldn't afford at the time to start something new,
Yep.
I just thought of something like, with every GTA, it feels like a next gen experience. Every time a GTA comes out, it feels like a completely different game. It's like better than the last. Like it feels completely different. And with Twitch in the past couple of years, we've seen like the role playing like aspect become like really big. So maybe like they were gonna launch GTA 6, but they saw the role playing like becoming really big. So now they're like having to delay it to maybe like implement that in their own game, so they won't lose it from mod support, like fan made stuff. So maybe they're like gonna make jobs and stuff in the next GTA and that wasn't in the original plan.
Who knows,
Yeah,
man?
big
I
change.
think a lot of whatever the next game will be is going to come more from Take-Two's ideas instead of Rockstar's.
Yeah.
That's what I hope. It's not shareholders and like board, people sitting at a freaking table, hey, let's have a discussion about what's going to make us the most money instead of like, hey, how can we tell the best story? How can we make this the best game possible?
Yeah, exactly. Instead of what's going to make us the most money.
Yeah. That's kind of where it's gone with them. Hey, babe, what I want to know from you, sweetie, is are you content with GTA? Are you there, hon? I saw your mic go back on mute.
Yeah,
Okay.
because Kaylee just walked in the room.
Okay. I want to know, are you content with like an updated GTA 5 for like 3 or 4 more years? Or do you need another GTA? Are you craving the next thing?
Oh my god. Sorry. She's like, can I tell you a joke? And I'm like, you need to wait a minute. She's like, please. Jesus.
What was the joke?
What was the joke?
Yeah, tell the joke. You all want to hear it
Okay,
now.
tell the joke.
Well, hold on. Make sure it's
No.
appropriate.
Is it appropriate?
Our daughter's telling inappropriate jokes. You got a problem, man. All right.
You
Is it
never know.
appropriate?
You never know what kids are gonna say.
Like, how do
Tell
I
me the
know
joke.
it's appropriate?
But your mute's on.
No, my mute's not on. Tell the joke.
What?
You're unmuted though.
It's okay.
Come
We'll
tell me
skip
the joke.
But then they'll.
Okay, never mind. Be gone. Be gone. Be gone.
Be gone.
I'm gonna tell you the joke.
Just tell me the freaking
Okay.
joke. then,
Okay.
okay?
I'll go to Jasper first, and then I'll come back.
Yeah, go
you,
to
babe.
Jasper.
Okay, hey, Jasper, tell me a
Another
joke.
question? I
I'm just kidding.
I
No.
don't know.
Who's the
All
man
right.
from Nantucket? No.
So, Jasper, do you think that
Dickory dickory duck.
the whatever we see next from GTA will be just like this mishmash of like GTA stuff, or do you think it'll be a truly like pure GTA experience?
Well, if you look at like some of the rumors and leaks, like apparently it's supposed to be like the Vice City map, like merged with like the Liberty City map and like the I can't think of the GTA 5 map, Los Santos or whatever
Los
it was.
Santos, yeah.
Yeah. So it's supposed to be like a mix of those games. So like maybe you will see like characters from those games come over. So you don't really know. Like,
Yeah. I didn't really like the hopping between the characters in GTA 5. Because you had like 3 very distinct like stories going on, and like I kind of just wanted to focus on one, and like hopping out between the 3 is like I try to remember, okay, I got to keep up where was I at with this guy, like what was going on the last time I played with him, and it was all kind of like jumped around too much for me. Like I much preferred the story in GTA 4 because like Nico, at first I didn't think I was gonna like playing as Nico, right? But then you play through that story, and like by the end of the game, you're like, man, that was a freaking great story, great character. Everything was really well made, and I didn't get even though I like some of the characters from GTA 5, I didn't get the same like feeling from that game. You know what
You
I
think
mean?
it was almost like too many characters, so you couldn't get attached to one of them?
Yeah, I know. I like Michael. Like Michael was for me the best one.
so it's kind of hard to relate to a lot of them. Like one
Yeah,
dude's a
they're
rich dude, one dude's a gang member, the other dude's some like almost like redneck crackheads. Like,
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
It's crystal meth trailer guy, But what I was asking you before, babe,
Yes.
is are you content with waiting, like if we get that GTA 5 update? Because you may have to wait like 3 or 4 years for the next GTA,
It
Well-
depends on like what's all the update supposed to include? Is it just supposed to like make it look better? Is that it?
60 FPS. That's it.
More
Because if they-
explosions. 60
No, I don't give a
FPS.
shit about. Do not give a crap about that. But if they add like maybe some new areas or change some areas and
No.
That's not
okay,
happening.
well, I mean, yeah, I'm still there's so much crap to play that like
You don't
I'm
care.
good.
Yeah.
Not really. But I was gonna say, like, y'all are saying that they haven't said anything about GTA 6.
Yeah. It has I don't know if those
I
words
thought-
have come out of their mouth. in
But
an
I
interview.
thought that like it was announced and it was gonna be like a female protagonist this time.
I think that's just all rumors and stuff.
Is it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just been rumors.
Yeah.
Okay. And is Rockstar known for like being really hush hush
Yeah.
on things?
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm sure they're working on it. Like, also,
Uh-huh.
what do you call an alligator that looks for clues?
Oh, is this the joke? Okay. I don't know.
An investigator.
It was like
Good
someone
one,
just ate a
good one.
popsicle.
Yeah, that's
It came off like it came off.
Yeah, she had a
Laffy
laffy
Taffy.
taffy.
Yes, I knew it. I knew it.
awesome.
Hi, Kaylee.
So
Come back.
I guess it was announced yesterday. An analyst financial report says that they're aiming for March 2024 for a release date of GTA 6.
Okay. I'll take it.
Mind you, that's
I
the
wouldn't
only
put
thing
my
the
money
article
on that.
says, because then it rolls right into them buying Zengia.
Zynga.
So
Yeah.
Whatever it is.
Zynga.
Whatever
That's-
it is.
that's how great the article is of, hey, we're going to release 24, and that's all we have.
So add a year due to the pandemic. So then that puts us in spring of 2025. So
Yeah, but I mean, like I said,
Yeah.
I mean, almost all large games, you have a reveal usually at E3, then usually 6 months to a year later, you see some gameplay, then usually 6 months to a year later is a release date. That's usually how most games go because it takes so long to make them. And like Jasper said, that's not including any delays they throw in there. So
Right.
I don't see a March 2024 release date.
no.
Yeah. It's
No.
man, I don't know. Maybe late 2024 at the earliest for me.
Yeah.
Do you all believe that they're working on it though?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
for
Yeah,
sure.
the
For sure.
question is how many people are working on it, right?
Right.
And like, how far along are they into it? Are they still in like this pre-production? Like, are they building an engine for it? Are they storyboarding? You know, like where are
I bet
they?
it's well underway. I bet it's well underway.
Hell, why haven't they put out an LA Noir 2?
Yes, dude. Oh,
It
man,
was
that game so
received, like,
great.
It's really great, and it was critically received very well. Right? They've re-released it, and it
Got
did
a
well.
Switch
People,
port.
yeah, people discovered it again and thought, "Wow, why did I miss this?" And it was something different. But why not just do a number 2? That didn't take a big team to do LA Noir at all. They had one of their smaller
Oh, yeah.
teams do it, I believe, if I remember. So just do something else, Rockstar. Just something. Just give us something like you used to.
I would
And they-
think Bully wouldn't take too much for them to put another one out. Would it?
It all takes
It's not
place
like a
in-
super in-depth game, is it?
A
It's
lot of
pretty big.
story.
so.
It's a lot of story. So
Yeah.
it's just coming up with a new idea for it. And some of the stuff that they did in Bully 1, they probably couldn't get away with in Bully 2. So they probably have to
Right.
figure some of that stuff out.
You
Yeah.
also have to think Rockstar games cost like millions of dollars, like their most expensive games, like in the gaming industry, and like that's a risk for them. So if like it doesn't pay off, they lose money. It's like
When you're making $6 billion on Grand Theft Auto Online, you're okay. You can take a couple of risks here and there.
True.
Yeah. Guarantee it didn't take even half that to make the damn game.
No.
All right, guys. So we're gonna move on from this one, but I want to take a second to say thanks to everybody in the chat for being here as always. You guys rock. It's absolutely great for all the time you spend here hanging out on our shows and in the chat. I want to also thank all the channel members as well, as Fork just joined the channel before we went live today. I saw that as well.
I've
So-
been checking here and there, and I guess I missed it because I told you once you got the member up, I'd join, and then I'm like, oh, it's there. So
Right on, dude.
I jumped on.
Yeah.
Hey,
Thanks,
before
Mark.
we jump off, one quick thing: do you think the update will cost money?
For GTA 5?
GTA,
Oh, yeah.
for
Yeah.
Red Dead Redemption 2 or GTA
No,
5?
not Red Dead Redemption 2, but GTA 5 when they update it in March to
Well,
the
that
next
was
gen.
delayed
I think they already
originally, so I don't
said
know.
that-
It's interesting.
Didn't they already say the next gen version of GTA 5 is going to cost money?
I think
Yeah, I
they
thought it was
announced
I've
it,
looked
but
for it.
they
I
announced the
can't.
price.
Yeah,
I
I can't.
thought
The only thing I
PlayStation,
could
the
find for
cost.
price is June 4th. They said it was going to be $69.99.
What?
What
They're
the?
gonna resell it as a full game.
They are probably now. What does
They
that
are going to get
entail?
destroyed if
They're
they
gonna
do
get
that.
Well,
$70 off of
They
PlayStation.
remember that when the last trailer hit on the last PlayStation show or whatever, wherever it was, the trailer was so bad, and everybody like their YouTube channel, their video had so many dislikes on it, and immediately, like within 2 days after, they announced the delay. So I think they had a change of focus or potentially a change of how they're going to do the update, because even the trailer was like half-assed. It was so like
Yeah.
I could have put that
They
together in,
compared
like,
it to like the
10 minutes.
current gen and that one, and it was like it looked the exact same.
It looked the same, and all they had is like little splashes that come on the screen that says more explosions, more
Yeah.
guns, better physics, like that's all. There's like no actually explanations over anything, like it was horrible.
I know we're trying to move on, but just
Yeah.
think about if Rockstar treated their modding community the way that Bethesda does. The modding community has already redone all the Grand
Yes.
Theft Autos to the nth degree. They are gorgeous. Like some of those mods are ridiculous. If they treated them like Bethesda does their modding community and used those people and even hired some of them to come in and work on these games, we could already have a remake done. We could already have a next gen patch done that's going to look better than probably what Rockstar themselves is going to wind up putting out to us.
You could
it's
argue
just-
the modding community is what kept
Yeah.
GTA 5 going, because like
Correct.
it's big on
Like,
Twitch.
you're
It's like
right.
the biggest game on Twitch.
Yeah,
Like,
with all
Because
the
of that.
playing stuff and
Yeah.
all the mods. Yeah, you're right, bro.
that Superman mod was so damn cool. Since we don't have a Superman game, God, man, that was awesome.
Yeah, and your flying bike, Jasper, that you show up with and you take us
Yeah,
around
yeah.
town. So I want to also thank the channel members individually as well. Just to get, I mean to do this more often, but just honestly, like we get caught up in talking and stuff. So I want to give a shout out to the channel members: Susie, Pong Soul, Gods Geeks, Arsenio Darden, Master Clown, X3, Game Pass Dad, Gbone 117, Killinitis, Monster 530, OCD Gamer, Tony Grasso, Lord Roughness, Gamer by Choice, Insane Cakes, Saffron, Geezer Prime, Chaos Theory, Jasper Gaming, Rain of the Third Eye, 3-Bit, Matt Burns, Italian Clowns, Assassin Lupa, KY Bob, Caper Grant, Micah Ford, Back from the Dead, Fastback OGNLG, Crazy Louie Gaming, Dark CMF, Brian Hopkins, Gerald Mack, Army Vet, Wandering Dutch, and now Fork Boy Gaming. So appreciate all of you guys, and also everybody else here, even if you just hit the like button, share it out, participate in the chat, or even if you just watch us for a minute and just say hi or whatever. Appreciate everybody. All right, guys. So moving on to some more positive news, right? Dying Light 2. We got some more updates from Dying Light 2, which is a game that's set to be coming out, I think, February 4th, I believe. And it's the first tweet that blew up was when they said 500 hours to completion, and a lot of people took that way out of context. I made a short video saying like, hey, like this is people got to look more. They tweeted again to clarify, and then they tweeted again to clarify, and then they tweeted again to further clarify.
You know how ridiculous that is for the hardcore gamer community to have to be explained to.
Dude, and even when
That's
I
like the worst.
made my video, I was like, Dying Light 2 is huge. Is it too big?
Yeah.
Question mark. People like took that as me saying like it is too big. They just read like what it is, and they don't ever watch they don't watch the video. They just leave a comment being like, it's not too big. Didn't you see the comments? Like, watch the video. Like what? It's like it's in the video. You know what I mean? Like it's anyway. Yeah, it's completely out of context originally. Where people was like upset about a sequel to a big game being a big game, right? But then it's like, I will say that maybe they could have worded it a little bit better instead of saying 500 to complete. They should maybe
And
explain
you
it.
also, they're going to round up on it. So it's like,
Yeah, 100%. But they further came out and clarified all this stuff. But then what was really cool is today they made a tweet. One of the devs made a tweet that they are going to be supporting this game for 5 years with planned content after release. And it's with story DLC, new locations, new events, and new in-game items. They're going to be supporting for 5 years this game. So if you purchase Dying Light 2, or hopefully it's in Game Pass, we'll see. I'm about a 30%er on that right now. Hopefully all this is free. Some of it, maybe not all of it. It's not all gonna be free, but some of it's free. I'm sure they'll have like season passes and stuff like that. But
Oh yeah, they do. Yeah.
5 years is a lot of content for a game. It's like I love when games have this like acknowledgement of support going before launch. That way, people have an idea of what to expect. So this is going to be a very well supported game from Dying Light 2. Do you like when they say it kind of give the layout of a plan, ahead of time? Because a lot of games don't. They only focus on like the next couple months or so.
Yeah, because you know exactly what you're going to get with. I mean, I played Dying Light, and that had support from its launch in 2015. So it's been 6 years that they've been updating that game, almost 7 years. So, I mean, to me, yeah. I mean, I like the fact they've already said, hey, look, it's going to be 500 hours to 100% the game. We're also going to be adding areas. We're going to be doing this. We're going to do this. So it's like you already have somewhat of a road path that they're going to go down that they're already ready to take and go. So you're like, okay, sweet, we're going to go and we're going to keep going. So I'm excited because, well, I like the first one. I put in well over 500 hours in the first one.
Yeah.
So yeah, I want to see what they're going to do with it and whatnot. I mean, I'm interested in the Adam told me today that I guess 8-player co-op, because that could be seriously crazy.
It's 8-player?
So, that's what Adam told me. I haven't had a chance to look it up yet, but
was the first one? The first one was 4-player, I think.
4-player.
Yeah.
And if it's 8-player, that's crazy.
Didn't they add a battle royale to that at some point?
They did for a little bit. And, they've brought it back here and there. The only thing I'm finding is 4-player. I'm not finding 8 because I was like 8.
I had read 2 to 4 originally. I don't know if they changed something though.
I think they put out a
I'm
video
finding-
today, so I don't know
I'm
if it was in.
gonna have to smack Adam sometime then. I know you're listening, Adam.
He's
so.
gonna chat. Shout out to Adam too. Great guy in the community. So
Yeah, I'm gonna smack him.
yeah, regardless of 8 or 4, I mean, like one of the reasons I was thinking it was a chance for Game Pass is because it doesn't have that co-op, right? It is kind of like a multiplayer focused experience as well. Although you can play it and have a great time single player, but it kind of fits that model. And there was a rumored investment from Xbox to help them complete this game at some point. I don't know how truthful that is. I'm not sure, but
I'm hopeful, but at the same time, I already paid for my.
Yeah.
So
it's gonna be
I mean,
worth the money regardless. Is it $60 or $70?
I
think
paid
it's-
a little more than that.
Well, you
bought the ultimate?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Or you bought the collectors with the statue?
I didn't buy that. No, my wife.
Oh,
told
okay.
me.
All right.
So
How much is the
that, and
how
I
much
always
is the
I always
ultimate?
do digital, so I don't get the collector's edition. So
The ultimate is 100. I think.
yeah.
Okay.
So I mean, yeah. I can't wait to play it. I'm excited.
Does
the
that
5
come
years
with like season 1 content or
Yeah.
something like that?
Yeah.
It comes with pass. So yeah.
Season 1 content and I guess some outfits and whatnot. I'm excited. I've loved the game. I love the fact that a lot of their content's been free. There's been a couple things you had to buy, but almost everything they've done is free. So to me, it's like I like the fact that I'm not having to buy DLC constantly for them. So
I think this will be the biggest game and the most successful game that Techland's ever made.
yeah, I mean the first one was pretty awesome, and it kind of came out of nowhere when it dropped. So. I mean, they make good game. It's a good game. If you haven't played Dying Light 1, I don't think it's a Game Pass, but Dealer posted a video the other day that it's already up to 4K and boosted to 60 frames. So it's still fun to play.
Got
And
a
I think
free
it's like
update.
I think it's like $19 right now at Xbox.
I've seen it on sale for
So-
ridiculous prices. Like I've seen it as low as like $5-10 before on Xbox sale. But yeah, I
So-
think it's worth it for sure. I mean, $60 for knowing that you're gonna have 5 years of support in this game that you can play through the campaign and beat it in 20 hours if you just plow through it. You know what I mean? And
I
even
thought they
then,
said it
it'd
was
be a worthwhile
50.
experience.
I mean, mind you, like Jasper said, they probably ran it up, but I thought they said 50 for the campaign, 100 for campaign and side quests, and then 500 for everything. Which, yeah, like you, Mav, I thought it was funny.
Campaign is even massive. Like that's big
Yeah.
if you plow through it. You know, that's
Oh yeah, I mean, you're gonna put some time into it.
Jasper will be
So-
speed running it, and beating it in like
yeah,
2
I mean,
hours.
people say that all the time. Like they're like, Halo Infinite's gonna be a 15-hour game. Meanwhile, you can beat it in 2 hours. So it's
Yeah.
like,
It's 15 hours for
Yeah.
me, Jasper.
yeah. So it's like if you just focus on like what you want to do, it's not that bad. But if you just like wander off, kill zombies, like you're gonna spend dozens of hours there.
That's
Okay,
the one
first
thing.
of
Dying
all,
Light, you'll get lost a lot.
They're part of the
doing that.
campaign. They're there.
Yeah.
Who cares? I spent 19 hours killing one zombie 15 times.
Yeah.
Yeah, just to clarify, they said 20 hours straight.
Oh, 20?
for the
Okay.
for the main story, 80 hours if you're gonna do side missions, and then 500 for all of it.
All the crazy.
Damn you, Pong.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
multiple.
I had Mav
playthroughs,
believing
like-
me, Pong. Damn you.
And also, if you give it enough time, there'll be like guides for collectibles, so you won't have to look for them. So you'll save time there. So it's like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's just funny how people complain about, oh, this game is 5-10 hours, and then here's out comes out. They're talking about, 500 hours. Granted, that is a lot of time, but then they came back and it was 80 hours and then 20 hours, and people were still complaining. They're like, seriously?
Now it's
You
too
complain
short.
about games?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, what do you want? You here's a game that you could put time into something and play and enjoy it, and people are complaining, and it's just baffling. It's like, okay,
also Dying Light's a game you can pick up and play for 30 minutes and then put it down. You don't have to like sit there for
Exactly.
like 3 hours straight. And so it's like,
Correct.
yeah. It's
I
not
mean,
like
it- honestly,
freaking
it kind of has
RPG.
like the drop in, drop out effect. Not the original
Mhm.
Dying Light. You can just start and it literally right where you were standing is right where you start at. So
Yeah.
it's a good game. And yeah, like Psycho just said, I thought it was stupid. It's like 500 is too big, 80 is too big, 20 is too small. And it's like, which
It-
one do you
Is
want?
5 years of support too long? Let me know, chat. Like, what do you think?
Yeah.
yeah, because it's going to hold back the next gen version of it.
Yeah. I mean, those people I posted a little while after people started going, with pitchforks about people will complain if you give them $1 million crinkled. And I had people messaging me, are you or $1,000? If people would bitch and complain if you gave them $1,000 and they were wrinkled. And I had people messaging me saying, "Are you doing a giveaway?" I'm like, "No, I'm talking about Dying Light." I'm like,
Oh god.
You're going to
wow.
$1,000.
"Yeah, I'm giving away $1,000. Pong Soul's the winner, and it's all wrinkled."
Yeah.
Yes.
He took all those thousands he got at the strip club and given him
Yeah.
a console, taking
You'd
them
be
out of those
surprised how many
G-strings.
dollars you can
Why are
find
these
in the
moist?
dumpster outside the strip club.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
all those jizz stained ones. In
Oh,
the dumpster.
oh.
They're sticky.
I'm trying to give them to you. I just can't get it off my hand.
This one counts as 5 because it's 5-1 stuck.
Babe, are you excited for Dying Light? It's made by the same people that made Dead Island, which we have a famous video that we did with Dead Island.
I have no idea what it is.
It's a zombie game,
Okay.
and
I
it's
feel like a fraud.
it's co-op,
Mhm.
right? Do you remember Dead Island, right?
Yes.
That's
Yeah,
Bingo.
you remember how we like go around, we kill zombies, wander around the island
Uh-huh.
and stuff. Well, this is like
Yeah.
this is like a city, but it also has parkour. It's first person. You can like jump on the rooftop.
Parkour? Wow.
Parkour. Yeah.
Parkour.
And
Dead Island
Um,
more advanced.
it's a little bit.
So,
Yeah, it's definitely a lot better than Dead Island.
so is it Back for Blood?
No,
No.
because
No.
it's open world. Like it's one massive open environment, and you're playing through either a story or you can kind of just go and do whatever the hell you want. Right. So think of it
Yeah,
like
I mean,
GTA Zombies, except with parkour instead of cars.
And
So
no
she's never played the
5-hour
first
loading
one at
screen.
all. Caitlin, you never played the first one at
Well,
all. huh?
no.
We tried
uh-uh.
to get her to because 3-Bit was like, "Hey, you guys go buy." Dying Light
I love how 3-Bit's Mickey Mouse. I love this.
Yeah.
This is
Hey,
the best.
go buy Dying Light 1 and I want to play with you guys. And so so
we bought it and downloaded it, but we never played it.
Yeah, because I had played it before on disc, so I bought it digitally and installed it. And then like because of 3-Bit's like issues
Yeah.
with his
Mhm.
weird
Staying
modem
awake.
router stuff. No,
Oh,
he
okay.
tried to play, and it's like,
Weird
oh my gosh,
sicknesses.
I can't connect to you guys. I don't know what's wrong. I don't know what's going on. So it's like we couldn't play. So, but yeah, I had played through like probably half of it,
Okay.
and then it just other games caught my attention. I just never went back.
Well,
to
of
it.
course.
You know that,
Of
that happens
course.
with me all the time. But Dying Light 1 was great. I really thought.
So
it
you
was
wouldn't
good.
compare it to Back for Blood at all? Like,
No, it's
no.
more complex than Back for Blood.
Just the fact that they're zombies, that's about it.
Yeah.
And the verticality, yeah, exactly. Verticality, building your weapons, all that good stuff. But man, she's got to experience the nighttime for the first time. We might have to jump in. I've got it downloaded.
Oh my God.
I wanted to play it when we
Yeah.
were supposed to, but
I mean, the very first time you get chased by those things at night,
Yeah.
Oh,
the
Jesus.
night zombies are scary as shit.
it's
yeah,
a little
Matt
bit of
said
a
it was
sphincter
like
catcher.
scary.
Yeah.
So
Well, because you,
Yeah,
especially if you're playing by yourself at night.
Yeah, you play solo.
Oh my God.
I'm not playing solo. Hell no.
Yeah.
I mean, just
Yeah.
I'll
put
be
in as
standing
many
behind
hours.
y'all.
Just don't
Put in
get
as
caught
many
by
hours as
them.
I have. Then you max out, and then those guys don't scare you
Yeah,
as much.
then they're not so bad anymore.
Yeah, then you just
Yeah.
take a 2x4 and beat them to death.
Yeah, I literally still have it installed, I think.
Speaking of zombies, like where's Red Dead Redemption 2 Undead Nightmare? Man, that would be
Correct.
sick.
Yeah, like
Correct.
the first one was so great.
Like that's in the top 5 DLCs of all time.
Oh,
Like-
amazing.
Yeah.
You know, like why not? You know, it's like they already got the like.
If they remake the first game, they have to remake that. Like, if they don't, that's just
If they don't remake that, then it's one of those that I'm like, I'm not even going to download it because
Mhm.
you just no. Yeah, you got to include undead. Because yeah,
Rockstar. Oh, come on, guys. Get your shit together, please. Now Dying Light would love to be Rockstar. I mean Techland would, you know what I mean? So there's like maybe this Dying Light will be their GTA 5, right? Maybe it'll be that huge game that really catapults them to another level, right? It's possible.
Techland's done for a game that was in development hell, right?
Yeah.
For a game that people thought was going to be vaporware, that literally they thought that it was going to go away. They got an infusion of money from somewhere. Some rumors are that, you know, Xbox helped them out. I think they took some money possibly from Tencent as well. But for a game that was in the position it was in, where people were questioning whether or not we would ever
Yeah.
see it,
It's been
To get
it was
to
announced
this-
a long time ago.
yeah, to get to this point, right? And then remember, they had all the internal turmoil
Mhm.
too, right? There was all those reports came out about how awful it was. I forget the main guy over at Techland, how awful he was, and you know, crunch and all sorts of crazy stuff that was going on there. To get to this point and all this video series that they've done on it, kind of the behind the scenes and showing us, man, what a turnaround for Techland. Legit. I mean, this company is no joke. And don't forget, they're using a proprietary engine too. This is their own engine. And this engine is impressive because go back and play Dying Light 1 right now. It still holds up to this day. Like, it looks gorgeous.
yeah, this
and
movie's
every-
so great.
yeah, and what they did here to turn this thing around and get it to where people are hyped again. Even the 500-hour thing, even if you count that as a slip up because some people had an issue with it, after that, it didn't really even cause a bump in the road because the game is looking so great. I've seen more people talking about this and heard more people talking about this game on podcasts now, even though we know February is loaded with games. Dying Light 2's brought itself back into the conversation again with those games. And this is impressive. I love Techland. You know, they've been on my list. I'd love to see Xbox bring them underneath the umbrella. But no matter what happens, they have done themselves a lot of favors, Mav. And I think you're correct that this could be that game that catapults them up there and allows them to, you know, expand out and do more at this point than they've been so focused on this game because it's been what, 6-7 years in development, something like that at this point. So I just think shout out to Techland for getting here.
I would love to see
get this
them
game.
bring back Call of Juarez.
Yeah, absolutely. I've got those downloaded. Yeah, I started
Hey.
playing back through them again. Great
Wait,
game.
That was
is the Dying Light 2 supposed to come out in February?
Yeah, February 4th.
February 4th.
Oh shit.
I may be off that entire day and week after.
Yeah, babe.
It's
We're
bad
gonna
when
see
I put
this
in-
game for sure.
Dude, I
Makes
put
me
in for
want
a
to
week
check out the
off.
other one.
It's good. You have time.
You put in for a week off for Dying Light 2?
Yeah, when I put in for time off, they always ask me what game's coming out.
That's
awesome.
Great. That's great.
Is
It
that the
is.
one that you were saying was like 8 people co-op?
Yeah, but it's
Uh,
not. It's
Adam-
4.
Adam, my Brit of a friend, said it was 8-player, and I'm like, "Are you sure?" He's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Okay, I'm gonna have to look that up," and I didn't look it up. It's 4-player, so I'm gonna have to smack him
Okay.
later when he's awake.
Yeah, we'll have some
At
fun.
least it's not
playing
3-player.
that. Oh yeah.
I know. I freaking hate that.
Yeah, make it 2 or 4, just 2 or 4.
Yes, exactly.
3's weird. It's like, okay, there's like 2 of us, and then there's some outcasts. It's like part of the group, you know.
Dude, 3 is always that. Well, you don't get to play this today. Why? Well, we already picked our 3. So,
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right. So moving on from Dying Light 2, was awesome news. I can't wait. I'm getting more excited for that game with all these updates that
Yeah.
they keep making. There's some other news that Pong just shared with me, but we're going to talk a little bit about Hitman in a little while, and also a rumor that is generating about another game for Xbox. But first, I want to give some other good news right now. Thanks to Pong for sharing this regarding Halo Infinite. And there's a lot of Halo fans here. You guys know that I play a lot of Halo. Jasper plays a lot of Halo. Psychonauts plays a lot of Halo. Kate plays a lot of Halo. And there's been a lot of unanimous complaints, I think, from most Halo fans about the pricing structure they have for the content in the stores, about charging $20 for like an AI and just a little, like, not necessarily with the content that they have, just how much they're trying to charge for some of the content that they're putting out. So I'm going to read you this tweet that Pong shared from me. It's from Jerry Hook, who's head of design at 343. He says, "We've been monitoring the discussions on the shop, bundles, and pricing closely since launch. Using data and community feedback, we're going to begin rolling out changes to how we package and price items in Halo Infinite, and it all starts next week." He says, "Starting Tuesday, the shop experience will vary week to week. We are focused on reducing pricing across the board." That's the big key there. We are focused on reducing pricing across the board, providing stronger values in our bundles, starting to put individual items outside of bundles, and more. We will be trying new things throughout the rest of the season, so that we can continue to learn and improve for the future. Please keep the feedback coming during this process, and I hope to see you all next week for the Cyber Showdown event, which is the newest event that they're going to have next week, Cyber Showdown. So we have that content to look forward to. Plus, they're going to be trying new things. Like, again, with these free-to-play games, a lot of times they're going to try and figure out what works. And one thing that Xbox and 343 has been doing is listening a lot and making quick changes to things in the game. So this seems like a positive move. We'll see how it's implemented and what changes they make. Sometimes fixing one problem creates another. So we'll see what they do here. Is this good news, Jasper?
It is. The only question I have is how are they going to fix that for the packs that they already have out that people bought, like the $20 AI pack? Are you going to launch that back at 15? Because that's
Give
going to
people
piss
their
people
fucking
off.
money back for that shit.
Yeah.
That was ridiculous.
So I don't know if the old packs will get reduced or if it's just going to be new content. We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah.
To keep from turmoil and people complaining, they'll probably go new content from here and out.
Yeah. They'll say, "Hey, sorry, suckers, I already bought this stuff, but due to your feedback, we're making changes." So,
Unless they give whoever bought it a credit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
As
if
a
you bought
$5
so many items or something, you get like
a $5.
Well, are they
Yeah.
relisting items like that? Or are they gonna like post Mr. Chief AI model again?
Well, some of the packs have come back, so
yeah.
I mean, yeah, that would be bullshit if they reposted that, babe,
It's
for a
like
cheaper
half the
price. Like,
yeah.
what about everybody that bought it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
question.
probably
so
what they're
maybe
taking
this
a look
content
at.
will just be vaulted now or something. I don't know.
Yeah. then it would make it more valuable for the people that
Yeah.
did buy it early. That kind of, honestly, that kind of solves both problems. You know what I mean? Yeah, because
Yeah.
there's gonna be plenty of new content to come forward. But if you were one of the ones to get the first drops and you pay that extra, at least it's a rare item, more rare item at that
I mean,
point.
that happened with Fortnite, and then like your profile goes for like hundreds of dollars now. Like if you bought like the season
Yeah.
0 like skins, you like sell your account online for like hundreds of dollars.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I could probably sell my account.
Yeah, you could.
Oh,
I don't know if you want to
Who's
do
that?
that though.
I mean, money talks, baby.
Go ask our daughter if you have any rare skins.
Okay.
Oh, she probably does.
Yeah.
She doesn't want to give them up.
Fork, have you been into the Halo Infinite at all, or have you been playing?
Yes and no. I played multiplayer a little bit, but mostly been playing the single player.
Right on.
But I had the problem that Jasper was talking about, that you can beat it in 2 hours, but I get distracted.
Yeah.
So
Well, for me, I didn't really.
I
get
got the
too
plane
distracted.
now. Now I can blow shit up. So
You got to watch Jasper do his 2 hour. He's just like sprinting and running by all the enemies.
Yeah, I mean,
so-
but I already beat it. I already put the 15 hours in
Yes,
and did
yes,
everything,
yes.
and then came back. So
right.
see, I go running and then I hear a grunt talk, and then I gotta stop and find the grunt,
Yeah.
and then I want to listen to what they're saying, and then I beat the hell out of him, and then so
Yeah. So multiplayer wise, I think this is good news because like Psycho, we were like having like a lot of discussions about this specific thing like yesterday, or
Yes,
was it
we
yesterday
were.
or the day before? Like just talking
The
about
day before.
the issues like with Halo and stuff, and like what
Yes.
all of our different issues are, and this is like answering the biggest question that we all had, right?
Yeah, because that was the biggest thing. I was like, a lot of these, packs that they come out with need to be reduced priced because it's just out. $20, like we were saying, $20 for an AI with couple things you get with it was like it's crazy. And then I went to look I looked up like what he says. I'm like, I'm glad I didn't pay $20 for that because it wasn't that great.
Yeah.
But it's just a lot of those packs, man. It's just like, $10 for a skin for a weapon. And there was what you wanted, the Anubis, and that was what? Was that also 20? I was like, what the F?
Well, that's why I don't get the cat ears one. That was a damn good value for that.
Yeah.
You got the armor color. Yes, I'm going to defend it. You got the freaking armor color. You got the little kitty cat chain thing for your hang dingles off your gun.
it's charm. Yeah.
And you got the cat ears. And I think there was some other stuff too for $10.
Yeah, that's why everybody
Yeah.
has the cat ears because it was actually a
Yeah.
good value. Like people,
And I-
Yeah.
It was.
you
I
know,
they
think you can
saw
use the
that.
cat ears on other helmets, can you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Oh, can
it's
you?
like I
I
think
didn't
so.
know that. So even better.
So and that right there, I think that they did that purposely to see how well that would have done, and they saw that a lot more people bought it, and they're like, okay, so we're seeing movement with a lesser value, but these higher prices are not moving. So what's going to make them more money? Lowering the price to sell more units, or
Not
keep it
charging
in a higher
$20
price?
for red paint.
It's just like it's all testing right now because this is new for them because they 343 hasn't done a free to play game, so this is all new. I get there's going to be a lot of testing grounds when it comes to this game, but again, when a majority when I look through Halo's like posts, like here's the sacrifice emblem, and everything in there is like, this is the third time you're posting this as a weekly challenge. Get like, why? Like
Yeah.
for me, if you're gonna have like that sacrifice, give us the whole bundle for the armor, for the nameplate, for the weapons, and for the vehicles. Give us that whole group of emblems in one shot. That wouldn't be that. I'd be like, okay, that's an okay weekly challenge because you're not just getting one freaking emblem, you're getting the whole kit. If they did that with the emblems, more people wouldn't be complaining about it. But I get they're trying to stretch out the season, so they're trying to have content there every week, and but at
They
the
have
end of
so much content that's not shown yet. It's like
Yeah.
exactly. So they could just just don't do single emblems for as a weekly challenge. Like visors, cool. If for certain visor you can only get because of a weekly challenge, okay, I'll go and do the weekly challenges because I want more different color visors for my Spartan. So when they did the samurai visor just last week, I was trying to get that, and then I missed it by a couple of challenges, but
Yeah.
it was. But it's good to see that they're listening to the community and giving us and they're addressing it. So
Yeah.
it's like you can't say that they're not listening to us because they are. They're listening
Yep.
to us. I just wish they're a little bit more vocal to saying earlier and being, hey guys, but they were on holiday for 2 weeks after Christmas, and they just got back. So they got back, I think, 2 days ago, because
Yeah, it was a couple days ago is when Joe Staten made that post, and he's like, "Hey, back to work. We're working on changes already."
And here we are. We're 2 days them back to work, and they're making changes. So they're being, they're constantly working on it. They're doing, they're listening to the community, which is phenomenal because not many developers do that. They don't, we all know that some don't even listen. They don't give two shits, but it's great that they are listening to us, and it's great to see that they are making changes and they want to keep the game going, and and all of us happy with what we're upset about.
Yeah, man.
So it's pretty nice.
I missed a $2 super chat earlier. Apologize to Vic the Click with a generous $2. Thank you, sir. And he says, my question is, LOL, is it like Fortnite? I think he's talking about
I think he's making fun of me.
For what? Like,
oh yeah,
because I always say like, is it like Fortnite?
Oh yeah. Okay, I get it. Thank you, Vic the Click. Now, I want to move on already because I want to get to a couple more things here. First up is Hitman Trilogy was announced as coming to Game Pass. January 20th is turning out to be a huge day for Game Pass as Rainbow Six Extraction and also Hitman Trilogy is coming. So Hitman Trilogy is actually a new thing where they've put all 3 games bundled together, right? So where Hitman 3, you could access content from 1 and 2 if you owned it. They're just straight up giving everybody the 3 games as a new release. And also it's the same day that is launching with season 2 content, and there's new modes going forward from there as well that's going to release over for year 2 content. And also they're increasing stuff on PC throughout the year. It's going to have VR support for PC, as well as it's going to be in PC Game Pass as well as regular Game Pass. And also they are implementing ray tracing on PC later this year for Hitman. So this is another game that is getting a lot of updates, getting content. They're making it more accessible by putting all 3 Hitman games in this trilogy and then putting that all together in Game Pass. And I think like for anybody that's been waiting or like kind of am I going to be into that? Now you get all 3, and it's hitting Game Pass on the 20th with new content as well. So that's going to be a pretty big deal for Game Pass, especially when you have 2 massive third-party games dropping day 1 on there like that. Being that the trilogy in and of itself is a new thing because they're going to be selling that separately as a trilogy. So for anybody like that hasn't dived into Hitman, do you think this is going to catch some new players?
I think you can download the first episode of every Hitman for free on the Xbox store, so you can play the first mission for free. I think
for the first mission, yeah. This is going to be all the missions from Hitman 1, all the missions from Hitman 2, all the missions from Hitman 3, and then they're releasing a new like arcade mode that's going to have like this multiple targets in a level, so you progress through. You take out one target, then you move on to the next, and you move on to the next. It's a lot of interesting stuff they're doing with Hitman. IO Interactive is kicking ass right now. Really, I mean, just since they become independent, like people were kind of worried about them. How are they going to be able to, withstand on their own? They managed to get to be able to work on Hitman still, and just done an amazing job with it. Now more people than ever are going to get to play this game, including the whole trilogy. So
Hitman just wasn't a big success for Square.
Yeah,
what,
you're right.
what can you say?
Like, Square was like, I'm ready to move on from this. IO Interactive, they're ready to move on from them, and all that. Like, it's what Square boggles my mind sometimes.
Square hates Western developers, man. I swear.
I heard Outriders was a pretty shitty selling game too.
I mean, they're leasing Crystal Dynamics to Xbox right now.
Renting.
Yeah.
Renting with the option to buy later. Let's just
they're in that rent to own program,
Yes, they are.
Rent to own.
Yes. Yeah, they're on layaway with Xbox right now.
Layaway.
I've already seen some people downplaying this too, like, oh, it's not a big deal. Like,
Oh,
it's
huge.
Yeah, because if somebody isn't personally into Hitman, doesn't mean it's not gonna catch a lot of people. I made a tweet earlier. It was like, who's gonna launch Hitman first, or who's gonna launch Rainbow Six? It's like split down the middle. Like, people are really excited about this.
Hey, you know what? Look, at the end of the day, it's another big dub. Anybody who's played Hitman 3, again, like you said, Matt, IO Interactive is kicking ass right now. They're one of the best developers when it comes to putting out a polished game at launch. And then they support their games through and through. And Hitman 3, they have taken it to a whole new level. Like, we had no idea that they had this kind of roadmap, right? It is gorgeous, right? It's polished, it's gorgeous. So to get this in the Game Pass, kind of like, look, you can kind of look at the Hitman series and kind of compare it to like the Yakuzas, right? There's a lot of people out there who first look at the game and say, probably just not for me, not going to check it out. I'm not going to spend money on it. Even when it goes on sale, I'm not going to pick it up. And they've been on sale. Like I said last night, Hitman 1 and 2, I think I picked up for the full editions, the gold editions for like $20 at some point, both of them. So I think there's going to be a lot of people out there now that's in Game Pass. They're going to give it that shot, kind of like they did with Yakuza, and find out that they actually do enjoy that style of play. Again, you can tackle, like, when you first look at Hitman, you think, if you don't know any better, right, you would think, okay, well, there's got to be like kind of like a predetermined path. You kind of figure out the best plan of action. That's not it at all. It's a sandbox. Okay. It is, each level is a sandbox. You can do so many crazy things. Go look at the videos.
So much
replayability is off the charts. Rand, shout out to Randall Thorgan today on Xbox 2, reconfirmed that and we talked about this last night, Mav, and he did restate that he thought it did it should have been up for Game of the Year nomination, right? And it from a standpoint of how great the quality of the game, yeah, absolutely, it probably did deserve that nomination. But again, people are going to jump in and find out that they actually do enjoy Hitman. So it's a big W for both Xbox and for IO Interactive, because it's going to introduce a lot of people who have not given it a shot to entice them to try it out, and then they're going to become fans, and then all of a sudden, whatever the next Hitman is, or whatever the case may be down the road, after they're purchased by Xbox, that it's going to be, the people are going to jump back into it again, right? So it's a huge W. It's another game in Game Pass. January 20th is a big day with Extraction and Hitman 3 Trilogy both dropping in there. Really, Xbox is just knocking out of the park. We had Mass Effect Trilogy drop in this month, Extraction and Hitman Trilogy. That's pretty insane, man, in 1 month. But IO Interactive, shout out to them. They're doing it the right way. Like you said, Mav, there was a lot of people who were kind of wondering where they were going to go, and then they made the move to separate from Square, obviously figuring out that Square was not the best partner for them. And I'm sure Square agreed, because Square agreed to sell them back the Hitman IP, right? So that doesn't happen too often, but obviously Square was kind of done with it. So good on IO. They created a hell of a game in Hitman 3 that kind of is the culmination of everything that they learned from all the previous Hitmans. We always talk about that too, man. Love to see these developers that have been together for a long time, and every game that they put out gets better and better and better. And with IO Interactive, they've really honed their skills with Hitman, and now we're seeing the pinnacle of that in Hitman 3. So it's just fantastic, man. I can't wait. I'm happy for everybody who's going to be able to jump and experience it. I got to jump back into it myself. Love the games. I just find myself going to other games. Again, I'm a grazer, so I'm everywhere, but Hitman's one of those games you can keep going back to. And again, if you do get into it, with all the content that they're releasing, all the seasons that they're doing, all the new challenges that they're putting out there, we're talking about a game that you can sink. You know, we're talking about Dying Light 2, 500 hours. You can easily do that in Hitman if you want to do everything. Like you said, the replayability because of the sandbox atmosphere in these levels, it's really incredible. Like I said, go watch some videos if you want to see some people, what they've done creatively. I mean, there's people that just go have fun, try to take out every single person in an entire level, even the innocents, pile them all into one room. You get this huge room full of bodies, like just this huge. I mean, it's so cool, man. It's so cool. Hitman's a great series, and just great to have it coming into the Game Pass like this, so people can try it out.
Yeah, I agree, man. Shout out to HR Bomber. Thank you, sir, for the $2 super chat. You're an awesome guy as well. Says, hope y'all are doing great tonight. I hope you're doing great, Bomber. I caught you a little bit on was it Crossfire podcast earlier with Fork. So that's awesome. I got to see you there. Fork, do you have are you into Hitman at all? Does this float your boat, or does this make you think you might want to give it a shot if you haven't been in the past, or this is a pass for you?
I've only played Hitman 1, and it was basically I just ran around assassinating whoever I felt like. I really didn't.
You can do that too. You can Rambo it, Fork. That's not a problem.
So
watch Mav's first stream. You can do it.
I didn't mean to.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm like I said about Game Pass. It allows people to try games that probably would never have tried it due to the fact that it's quote unquote free. I mean, yeah, you're paying $15 a month or $10 a month, depending on what you're doing, but it allows you to try games without any repercussion. Without paying $65, you can try games. So yeah, like Pong said, there's gonna be a bunch of people that'll try it. I'll download it and try it. It probably won't be till March because I still got a whole bunch of the stuff I got to do before January 4th hits.
Yeah, and you got Dying Light 2 coming. You already took time off. Yeah, I know from what it sounds like you're going to be investing quite a bit of time into that one.
Well, yeah, and currently playing World of Warcraft with my kids. So
yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Do you want that to come to Xbox? Do you think that there's ever a chance for that?
I'd like it to come to Xbox, but I think its time has already passed. I think at this point it's more on its decline than anything else. I'd like to see Final Fantasy 14 come to Xbox.
Yes, please.
So I would love to see that come over. Honestly, it would boost its sales significantly just because how many people don't own PCs.
Yeah.
But
I played Final
World of
Fantasy
Warcraft, its
11
numbers
on 360.
That'd be interesting. I mean, it was on there, but for some reason it's blocked on Xbox no matter what they try to do. Even though they could throw it in Game Pass, you get every game for free and stuff to sub $15, they'd easily get 500,000, I guarantee it.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's been working for Sega with Phantasy Star.
Yeah,
they keep praising.
I played
how well
that for a little bit.
Doing, you know, it's not for me. Like I like the old school Phantasy Star games, but these new ones aren't really clicking with me like they did back in the day on Dreamcast.
I played Dreamcast. I tried this one. I think I sunk like 30 hours into it and just got bored. It just didn't have the same grab that the Dreamcast one did. So
yeah, same.
I think
moved on.
I think with the Dreamcast one is because it was new to if you're online. It was a new feature. So I think that's what drew people in because you were like really one of the first multiplayer games you could play was Phantasy Star Online. So I think that's what drew people in because I like so they came out with two. They got the Phantasy Star Online 2 and then New Genesis. New Genesis was more of the updated graphics of what Phantasy Star 2 was.
Yeah, and I wasn't impressed with that one either, though. It kind of, I don't know, it didn't run very well for me. It's kind of like...
Honestly, the updated graphics is more like this still feels last gen.
Yeah.
Like, it still didn't feel updated.
Well, the first one felt like, the Phantasy Star 2 felt like Dreamcast. So it was like, it was a bump from what that was, but it was still not that like that square Final Fantasy level design. But no,
Yeah.
like, but it is what it is. Like for me, like I like with going back to Hitman, like I have a game share with my brother, and I played Hitman 3 for a little bit, and I enjoyed it, but I wasn't about to drop, $60 on the game, because I got to pick and choose what I want to buy. But hearing this coming, I get all 3 games into Game Pass. I get to play, so I can get those additional levels too that I couldn't play because I didn't have 1 or 2. Now I can play those, and then this year 2 content. This is huge. If no one's played this game, and like that stealth assassination type games, this is perfect. It's a win in my books.
And people forget too, Psycho, that they updated 1 and 2. So all
Yes,
the
they
levels
did.
are updated to the
They
current
all look like Hitman
standard.
3.
All of them look like Hitman 3
Yep.
now, which is crazy. It's so
Exactly.
awesome.
See, to me, you're getting up 1 and 2 updated. Mind you, like I said, I only played 1 a little bit, but you're getting up 1 and 2 updated to 3's graphics. You're getting 3 with all season content and DLC. And Pong was talking about they're still, supporting it. It's like, try it out. It's a win. Worst case scenario, you spent an hour downloading something you don't play anymore.
Yeah. And if it's an xCloud, you don't have to download it. You can just stream it and see.
Yeah.
So you don't have to, wait for the download to see if you like it or not.
Yeah.
I've been playing a lot of xCloud back in September while my wife watched Christmas movies.
Yeah.
Hallmark.
I can't remember the stinking channel that she watches. I'm sure
Hallmark?
Mav knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hallmark.
Hallmark. Yeah. Kate's
The
addicted.
best.
Because
Yep.
we got rid of it, ditched our cable and it went to like streaming services and stuff. I had to subscribe to specifically a Hallmark TV thing just for Christmas time, so she could get her Hallmark TV.
Yep.
Yeah, we have it on Amazon Prime, so
It's
we sub
exactly
there.
That's
the
that's
same
where we got
thing.
it.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. It's like $5, $3, $4. I don't know. something
Yeah.
like
Worth
that.
it.
Oh yeah, my wife watches the crap out of that, and ID or whatever it is, where How to Kill Your Husband. So
Yeah.
Oh, geez, really?
true.
We
Fun.
all us wives watch that.
Yeah, all the
True,
women love
it's like
that.
true crime, and it's like Dateline, where they talk about how people die, but 90% of them are husbands that are dead, and it's like,
Yeah.
do I need to be worried?
Yeah. And it's
Yeah,
like,
my ex
and they
used to watch.
explain how they got caught just to train
I
all
think
these
it's called,
women
like,
how
murder
not
Yeah,
to
exactly.
work in the
whatever.
future.
It's like-
What I love is I'll watch it with my wife, and I'm like, these people are freaking stupid. Like, I even know not to do that.
Yeah. Just like
Yeah,
the
my
guy
wife-
that stole my Xbox yesterday.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah. You didn't hear that story, did you, Fork?
No.
Yeah, it was crazy. Tune into the
Facebook
first-
deals gone
Yeah,
bad.
Facebook deals
turns
gone
into
bad. Yeah.
turns into world's dumbest criminals.
Yeah.
That's just fantastic.
Yeah. I had to
God.
call it. I had to call his dad. True story.
24
yeah.
years old, still living at home, Fork.
Yeah. Well,
Oh, man.
Jasper's got him beat there.
Yo, sorry,
I'm
Jasper.
25, but I don't go around stealing people's Xboxes.
Yeah.
Do you
Where's
still
the
drive your
difference?
dad's
No,
vehicle? too?
Jasper's smart. He's just taking advantage of the situation financially as long as he can. Like other than this guy is there because
He's just trouble. This guy
Yeah,
is trouble.
exactly.
Yeah, I'm more going with if you're 24 living at home and trying to steal an Xbox, I'm pretty sure you made other life decisions.
Oh,
that
yeah.
probably weren't helpful.
Yeah. That
He had a neck tattoo.
He was covered.
no, it was.
but I
yeah,
mean,
the one that his stupid ass had his head. He was covered head to toe, except for he didn't wear gloves, and he had a massive tattoo on his hand that matched the picture on his Facebook profile. You know what I mean? Like it just, it was like I don't know. Like if he would have wore gloves, he actually potentially could have made an excuse. Like, oh, that wasn't me. You know what I mean?
no, we had him at every angle.
Yeah.
Good night,
Even for
Louis.
His
Get
glasses.
some
Night,
rest,
Louis.
brother. Get
Yeah,
some
good
rest.
night, bro. Thanks for hanging out, man. And congratulations on 100 subs on your channel, Crazy Louis. You get to have that custom URL, crazylouisgaming.com.
Can I just say that I hit 50 subs?
You did 50?
Congrats.
Nice.
Congrats.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I know it's not anything, but
No, it is. It is.
I have 3 subs, I think, and I don't post anything on my channel.
So your kids all sub to you? Is that what happened for?
Pretty much. I think that's what it is.
To kind of go back to IO real quick, Mike
Yeah.
Lowry brought it up too. How perfect. I cannot wait to see what they do with Bond 007 after Hitman.
Right?
What a perfect marriage of an IP and a developer.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be special. And then Jez describing Project Dragon again today and talking about how ambitious that game is. Man, IO is on the come up for sure. Oof.
Do
No,
you
it's
think
good
they'll
stuff.
allow themselves to get acquired, or do they want to stay that independent and get that publishing
Nah.
money, like
I think they see what's going on. I think they did what they did for a couple different reasons to prove that they could take it to the next level with Hitman and prove everybody. Since Square obviously was not
very successful
giving them
game.
supporting,
Yeah.
be very successful, but they kind of proved it. I think they're one of those developers that would love to have that pressure completely off of them underneath an umbrella like Xbox, where they see all these other developers, that have come in and are allowed to do what they do
Yeah.
best without all those worries. I think IO would even be in a better spot creatively if they were to be able to, be acquired. By
That's a
Xbox.
good point,
So,
because the other developers that have been acquired are as good of
Yeah.
commercials for other
Yeah.
developers that are like on the
Yeah.
fence about it, because so far we've heard from like Tim Schafer, Todd Howard, other people that have been part of these acquisitions, right? And they've all pretty much been saying the same thing. Yeah, Xbox is really hands off. They're just letting us operate as normal, except we don't have to worry about money anymore. And we have they're all being able to hire at a crazy pace, grow their studios, several of them moving into new facilities, getting new mocap studios, and now you're seeing Undead Labs is getting that support studio for State of Decay 3. All of this crazy support, and as a studio that's independent out there, and you have crazy ambitious plans, you kind of, in knowing that the values of how crazy they are for studios right now, you got to be thinking, okay, what's a good fit for us if we did make that move and allow ourselves to get it acquired or accept a deal like that. And based on all the feedback from all these other developers that's been part of these deals, it would make sense, that would ease a lot of concerns, right?
and
They
from
could
the
also-
outside looking in, IO has the leadership in place. They've got the structure that Xbox loves to see that flourishes underneath that umbrella, because they on their own have not had, again, they come out with polished games. So they obviously have that real well organized system that Xbox craves for any developer that they're going to bring in, because again, that fits exactly the mold they're looking for. A developer who's consistent, a developer that puts out great content in a reliable fashion without having, massive delays, without having broken games, that kind of stuff. IO has proven all of those that Xbox looks for first up front, right? And they've got the talent and they're growing. They're now taking out 2 projects while, Bond and Project Dragon, while still supporting Hitman 3. Obviously, they've got this down to a science over there. And that's exactly what
They could also be
Xbox is.
hesitant though, because
Yeah,
they
they
didn't
should.
have the best relationship with Square, so maybe they're like, hold on, let's not get back into that mess,
And this Project Dragon could be that kind of testing ground for both parties, right, Jasper? Where they get to kind of understand how Xbox deals with them as a developer, and Xbox gets to see their internal, right, and see how they would fit underneath Xbox, right? So I think it's kind of a one of those relationships. They're kind of testing the waters to see how things would work out there. That's Project Dragon. So
Yeah, it would definitely give them creative freedom being under
yeah.
the Xbox umbrella, because you don't have to worry about shit. Do we have the funding? You know what I mean?
And like
So
Mav
now-
said, they could grow, right, exponentially.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah. Exactly. I mean, we just saw there was a new job listing. They actually hired for the coalition, and Undead Labs just hired a couple other people, and it's insane. So you got, they built a new support studio for UE5 for all studios, So it's like, here we are. If if you're using UE5, we got a studio that will help you learn and help you, have assets for your game. And it's just, it's great to see the how healthy Xbox studios are right now, and how the Xbox or Microsoft allows, you know, their creative freedom to do whatever they want without worrying about, hey, do we have enough funding for this game? Do we have to take things out so we can keep it under budget and still release our vision? And they don't have to worry about that. And that's the thing that people are not seeing. You're seeing a healthy Xbox, and we're in year 2 now into the under this new generation, and we're about to see it just explode, and people are not wanting to see it. They want to play it off and think that it's not that it's not doing well, but it's doing the opposite. And people are going to see the fruits of what they've been trying to do at Microsoft or at Xbox.
Yeah. All right, Jasper, you have anything to add on that aspect?
Hitman is small potatoes to Game Pass. It doesn't matter. No, it's just
Yes, Debbie Downer is in the house, everybody. Round of applause.
I'm just not a big Hitman guy. I'm not patient. You need patience is rewarded in Hitman, and I'm just not patient enough. So I don't.
That's my biggest problem. I like Hitman, but man, like I try and then I just screw up. And then when you screw up, it goes down to a mass murder path. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
and mass chaos. And that's what happens to me every time. Then I see people like posting their things like, oh, did this mission in like, 1 minute and 20 seconds and no detections, and I'm like, yeah, I can't do that.
Yeah, well, I did that mission in 35 minutes and killed every single living thing.
Yeah. But my favorite thing... Go ahead, Paul.
No, go ahead. No,
I would say my favorite thing about Hitman was always finding the most creative way, to take out the target, right? Like, I remember like in one of them, like you booby trap like a barbecue grill, and you gotta there's like multiple step processes to be able to even get to that point, right? So that's the most fun thing. It's almost like a puzzle game more than it is a stealth game.
Yeah, the more you look for stuff, like you can find like poisons and like turn off the pilot light on the stove and put a lighter next to it and wait 3 minutes and it blows up or something.
It's so unique. It's so unique, man. Every single thing about that is so unique. Like I had to take a family picture of somebody and I actually worked it out so that I electrocuted the person that I had to kill because I cut the wires and there was a pool of water underneath the family photo.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was amazing. So I snapped it and I was the photographer.
Did they turn into like electric skeletons, like with like
no.
Well, you killed the whole family?
No, it wound up just being being the one person that I had to take out.
Right.
So
it's just collateral damage,
Yeah. That's kind of what you count it when you got to kill other people. It's amazing.
What I always like do though is I'll kill the person that has the outfit that I need, and there's just like some innocent bystander, but like I'm just gonna kill you because you got the clothes that I want to get into the next area. You know what I mean?
I'm the bathroom stalker. That's how I get people. Like I wait to watch their pattern
like
to see when they go in the bathroom.
Yeah, it is.
It's creepy.
It is because you wait for them to go into the bathroom and you sneak in behind them.
They're not at all like suspicious when you're standing next to the bathroom like this, and then they walk in and you just step in right behind them.
Is that blood on your pants? No, I peed on myself.
Yeah.
Get that checked out.
Yeah, I freaking love the game though for all those reasons. Were you saying, Psycho?
No, I was going to say that post about Halo talking about the decision to reduce pricing. Someone was talking about in-game credits and everything, and for free to play, and they replied back to, I think we need both, meaning reducing the price and having ability to get in-game credits. So this way, you don't have to, even though it's higher price, if you're able to get
that was one thing that was surprising, because all the other free-to-play games, Fortnite, you can earn V-Bucks, right? Apex, you can earn, there's multiple, you can earn like the crafting materials, and you have your legend coins or whatever that you earned, or especially in the season. In fact, in Apex, in before season 1, that the pre-season 1, whatever, when it first launched, that lasted for months. But I earned so many, like, what do they call, like, legend tokens or whatever that they're called, because I played so much Apex that I had those to use up until just recently. So I got like every character for free that they released just because of all the tokens that I'd earned in the pre-season 1 content. And there's lots of, that's one thing that Halo was missing for that as well, because when you're playing, you can earn currency that if you play a lot, you could potentially buy one of these things that, you know, you wouldn't normally want to spend money on, right? So I'm glad
Or
that
save up and buy the next battle pass.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, we've done that at Fortnite. Save up those V-Bucks and you either use it on a battle pass or you use it on,
Yeah.
you know, an outfit or whatever. You know, I think it's a good move if they implement that. It sounds like they're going to. So, all right, guys. Huge news for Hitman Trilogy, and then we got, speaking of Xbox 2 podcast console. This is going to be our last thing. I was listening earlier, and I heard them talking about Killer Instinct again. Jez on Xbox 2 was mentioning Killer Instinct. And then shortly after that, I caught a YouTube video from, I guess he's a popular YouTuber. First time I stumbled upon him, his name's like Maximilian, I think. And he was quoting Jez's article on Windows Central and showcasing that. And man, there's a lot of buzz going on around right now about Killer Instinct, and potentially that it is in development or early stages, or that it's being looked into to be made, is what the rumors are. Again, as Jez said on his show, it's like a sugar cube size grain of salt at this point, because it's just rumblings. Like, I don't think there's anything like concrete, but supposedly what the rumblings are is that Namkai Bando has a studio that is.
What was that company? What was that company?
Hold on.
I say Namkai Bando.
Wait,
Namkai
Bando.
Bando.
Bandai.
Bando. Doing the
Ban-
next Bando.
sorry.
Kazooie.
That's the other.
What the
That's their cousin. That's their
Uh,
cousin. That's their cousin. That's their sister.
Namkai
That's
Bando.
their,
Wow.
that's their sister studio. That's their sister studio. Bandai.
You been drinking tonight, Mav?
Just my caramel cold brew from Sonic. Bandai Namco has a studio
Much better.
that is potentially working on Killer Instinct for Xbox. And I think Jez mentioned a possibility would be the Souls studio, this Team Souls, whatever, the people that make Soul Calibur. I think, I don't know if that's their name, but hey, there's a lot of potential there, because Bandai Namco has a lot of fighting game talent there. They make a lot of the anime fighting games, right?
Tekken.
Yes,
They
they
did-
did Tekken as
They
well.
did Super Smash Brothers. They developed Super Smash Brothers in
Which I didn't know
conjunction
that
with
until I
Nintendo.
heard them
Yeah.
say that on Xbox 2 today, and then I heard somebody else say that later on the YouTube video. I was like, really? I didn't know that they developed that for Nintendo. You know, so that shows that they are willing to do that for publishers as like just a hire out as a dev. You know, pretty interesting stuff though. There, do you think that would be a good fit? Fork, we'll go to you first again, man. Do you think they would be a good studio to potentially bring Killer Instinct back to life for Xbox?
I'm still trying to get past the Namkai Bando thing.
Yeah, that's what.
Because like you said it, everyone started laughing, and I'm sitting there going, I know I'm not into everything, but I'm pretty sure that studio doesn't exist.
Yeah, that's what Xbox is going to change their name to after they acquire them.
Yeah.
Well, it used to be Namco Bandai,
mean-
so like I could see the first part of that,
Yeah,
maybe,
yeah,
but then you're like,
I mean, like you said, they have a lot of fighting games, so they already have the potential, the people there that make good fighting games. So hopefully it turns into something. I mean, this has been rumored for 2 years now, 3 years now. It just
Yeah.
keeps getting stirred. So, I mean, I hope something happens. It'd be exciting to see what happens. It's good that it's with a studio that actually has people that make fighting games, and they didn't give it to like the company that makes Barbie, world horse
I love
trainer
them.
or something.
Yeah.
So
That to that aspect, when Asobo started working on big games, like I remember, like, okay, so they worked on the Hasbro like board games and stuff like that, like and it was like, okay, wow, they're very talented. So maybe a Barbie Dreamhouse studio could do it. You never know, right?
yeah.
But I got to get this start somewhere.
Yeah, exactly.
Why the hell's Barbie an unlockable character?
That's funny. Jasper, who could you see like from Bandai Namco working on this? Do you think they have the capability to make Killer Instincts plays like nothing else, right?
I mean, they've actually make a lot of fighter games. Like I think they make the Dragon Ball Z one, and they also made Jump Force. So they've
Yes,
made
yes.
fighters. So
Yeah.
like
All different styles of
Yeah.
fighters too. So
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Smash
Also, I
Brothers
believe
is
they-
very different than
I
all
think they
those.
made that Pokemon fighter for Nintendo, didn't they?
Did they? Maybe they did. I'll look
What
it
is
up.
it? Pokemon.
I forgot what it's called. It's some weird name, but there was a Pokemon like fighter game like that.
I
But-
remember Pokemon Arena back in the day.
No, it was like on the Wii U, I think.
A Wii U Pokemon fighting game.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Hmm.
I'm looking it up. So continue with
Holy
your thoughts.
Yes.
Crap, Soul Calibur.
Yeah, so I mean, they make plenty of fighting games, and they're all pretty different.
Yeah.
So like, I don't see why they couldn't make a fighter game. You know?
What? Ultra combo.
Yeah, I would, man. If they could put as much as they put into like a Soul Calibur or a Tekken and bringing it to Killer Instinct, and with the Microsoft budget, that could be good for them too. Because one thing with their games that I've noticed, like even like Soul Calibur and stuff, like fighting games have been in a way relegated to a category where the publishers don't put a lot of money.
Yeah, Pong.
into.
They did. I just looked it up.
Okay. All right. I couldn't find it right away.
Pokken
So-
Tournament was what it's called. It came out in
Tournament,
2015.
Yeah. So like fighting games have kind of become a category where like the publishers aren't willing to dump a lot of money, right? It's like to a specific category and stuff. But I feel like Killer Instinct has so much potential. Like, and I feel like Bandai Namco.
You know what?
You almost did it. You almost did it.
I feel like they could make one of the best fighting games out there if they were given the budget and time to do so.
I think they just need a direction. Like if whoever wants their game, like I think if they just give them a direction, then they could just make the game. Like I think
Yeah.
that's the only like thing Bandai Namco is looking for. It's just like give us a direction and style you want the fighter, and then we'll make it.
Right. So like they just here's the template. This is what we want, and
Yeah.
they make it. Right. Okay. So to your point. Also, Smash Bros. Pong. Right. That's not like nothing else they have, and it plays just like Smash Bros. You
Right.
know. So if they're capable of doing that, then
Mhm.
they should be capable of replicating Killer Instinct, right? Hopefully. Is
Yeah.
it? But do you think we see it as like a free to play type thing where like they come out content over time, or
That's a good question. I would imagine that because it would be perfect again for Game Pass, right? And kind of, we know they're going to get a good mix of both the free to play games as a service,
Well,
however you want to
do
call
they?
them.
That's actually a thought too. Do they even need it to
Yeah.
be free to play? Because if it's in Game Pass, that almost like
Right.
they can sell it to people that aren't in Game Pass, but people like Game
Correct.
Pass can get all the updated content and
Yeah.
have a
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it's just going to be added value for Game Pass, right? To have a fighter, to have an exclusive fighter that already has a name. Again, fighters don't get the love that they used to, but they're still popular. Again, people call for this stuff all the time, and Xbox has been lacking in that for so long. Look, everybody that's listened to this show or any of our shows that we do here, Mav, they know my love for Bandai Namco. Bandai Namco is back on the upswing. Everything they're touching right now is gold. Scarlet Nexus, Tales of Arise, gold.
Yeah.
Everything that they're doing right. Whatever the leadership is, whatever they decided over there going forward to get into current gen and to move forward with the current game industry, they've done an excellent job with that. They've got people in place that know exactly what they're doing. So first of all, to have Xbox entrust if this is the case, again, this is assault rumor. Now, during the Xbox 2, they also just said, or I think Rand jumped in and said that Jeff Grubb on his show also said that he had heard the same rumor. So we do have some smoke here, but again, it is all rumor. But we know that Xbox has been looking for somebody. Phil came out and talked about it and said, hey, we just got to find the right fit to make it. We want to make it, right? We know everybody wants Killer Instinct 2, but we got to find the right studio. And so if they actually went out and are paying Bandai Namco as a third-party dev to go ahead and do something like that, that's a lot of trust. But you couldn't find, again, if you're looking at the landscape, there's not a lot of developers out there doing fighting games that aren't already wrapped up, right? And we have talked about the possibilities before, but if Bandai Namco is willing to do this and take the money, and Xbox can give them some direction as far as, hey, look, this, we want to keep Killer Instinct as unique a fighter as it was before. So work your magic, but please, you know, keep mechanics wise and that kind of stuff. We want to keep it similar to the old. Bandai Namco is the perfect company because, like we just talked about, they've done so many different style of fighters. There's no reason to think that they can't, you know, have a team mold themselves and go back and play the old Killer Instinct and say, okay, we can do this. But that puts a lot of trust, right, in Bandai Namco to take this franchise that people have been asking for nonstop as one of the big ones that everybody wants to see come back. Man, that's fantastic. And I love Bandai Namco. Again, I've said on this show previously when we talked about this stuff that, you know, if there was a Japanese developer that Xbox could get a hold of because they need that Japanese developer, that would be my choice, right, out of the realistic ones. And so this is just a strengthening of that partnership that they have with Bandai Namco. You know, they had the rights, the marketing rights for Scarlet Nexus. So we've seen that. And obviously with the word about Square coming out, possibly potentially being kind of Sony only with their Final Fantasy and all that kind of stuff, this would be perfect to continue to reinforce what they're already building with Bandai Namco. So I think this is fantastic. And like I said, just looking at the landscape of developers that could take this franchise over, that, hey, this has got to be the one out there that I would really trust. I mean, again, you know, obviously we've talked about other ones, but NetherRealms obviously being the big one that we keep continuously bring up. But if they're busy, if WB isn't in the cards, if we can't get that done, Bandai Namco is perfect. I love it.
Yeah, I agree, man.
And maybe these rumors aren't like necessarily Killer Instinct. Maybe it's just like Microsoft fighter game because there's always that like everyone always wants that like fan service game where you put all the Microsoft
like a Smash Brothers clone, but with all the Microsoft
Yeah.
Xbox IP, right? That'd be kind of cool.
Phoenix and Master Chief, and
And
we
Killer
already
Instinct,
did that.
the last Killer Instinct came out when Xbox was down at like the lowest of lows, really, right at the launch of like the Xbox One generation. And it had such limited content at the time as well. There was like only like, it launched with like 4 fighters or some shit like that. I can't remember. It was like, it's crazy low amount, you know? And it's supposed to grow over time with like, and then they lost the developer that got bought by Amazon. And then they had to find a new
Iron Galaxy.
Yeah, then they had to find a new developer to finish all the content for Killer Instinct, you know?
Then they brought out Killer Instinct 2 Classic or some shit like that, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's just kind of like, I feel like with the momentum that they have now, if they were to come out with something as quality as Killer Instinct again, as good as as good as the last one was, it could just take off because there's not a lot of quality fighting games out there right now. You know? It's something, there's a hole out there. I mean, there's no Street Fighter. Like, so the last Street Fighter 5 came out kind of middle of the PS4 generation over there, only on PS4. And, you know, we got Tekken, the last Tekken game that came out was not very good, you know? Soul Calibur was good, but again, it was kind of, nobody played it really, you know? It's just very...
Because it was different.
Soul Calibur, different.
It was different from old Soul Calibur. They added so many things, and I think that turned off a lot of people.
It was very weird the way they did their like campaign and story stuff and all that. Like it was hard to get into.
Yeah, it was because I love Soul Calibur. I'm coming from the Dreamcast. Soul Calibur 1 and 2, phenomenal, freaking phenomenal. And then, you know, I think it was Soul Calibur 2. Was it 3 that had the Spawn Link debut, and then
Was 3 the one with Yoda and Darth Vader?
no 3. I think that was 4.
I think
This
that
was
was-
the
yeah.
Yoda.
One of
Because it
them.
was because Spawn, Link, and the diaper guy from PlayStation. That was the first round, and then they brought out Yoda, Vader, and
Do you remember how popular those games were?
I know.
Oh,
I
yeah.
played it just so I
Apprentice.
could play as like Yoda back in the day.
I mean, what happened to Soul? You know what I mean? Like the whole fighting game genre is just kind of like dead.
I think they
Yeah.
just get repetitive. Like it's just like
It's
it's a
still-
fighter game, you know.
It's still popular though. I mean, again, like esports is
is.
still big. There's still people. It's just not as big as it once.
It's not as
was.
mainstream as it was,
Correct.
right? That's
But
the
Mortal
thing.
Kombat still sells like crazy.
Yeah,
right?
because they put a lot of production and
Right.
value into the game. That's what I'm
Right.
getting at. Like these publishers, like they just kind of like treat them as like, okay, this is a game that's going to appeal to those that audience, and that's it. We're not going to try and push it. We're not going to try and make it bigger. We're not going to put a lot of effort and stuff into this. We're just going to like pump out another one as little budget as possible. And it's like
Right.
the ones that aren't, you know, like NetherRealm with Injustice and Mortal Kombat, they're doing really well because it's like the only real quality thing that was pushed this last gen fighting game wise. I feel like there's a gap there, like that Killer Instinct could really fill, you know, if they
Right.
put a lot of value, if they put a lot of investment into it and do it right.
Also, I think fighter games are just kind of like harder to get into for most people. Like it's
It
not
is.
if you really want to get into it, you got to learn all the button combos and stuff instead of just mash the X button. And a lot of people,
I
just
love
don't want
button
to do that.
mashing. That's what I am. I just enjoy the stories, right? I enjoy the stories and I love the graphics and I love the animations that they now have. Like fighters started out as very basic, but they've gotten more and more complex, which has turned a lot of people off. But for me, it's just the animations and like I said, like in Mortal Kombat, the story is great. Like I sat down, you know, me, the random grazer that I am, I downloaded Mortal Kombat 11 and played through half the campaign one weekend, a couple weekends ago, right? Just because I enjoyed the story. It's cool. There's a lot to get out of fighters, even if you're just a button masher,
Mhm.
because most of them now put in, you know, casual modes, you know, for those of us that don't want to learn it. But yeah, to go online and fight against other
Yeah.
people, no.
I think that's a
well,
turnoff because like people want to play like online, you know,
Yeah.
but it's just like they just get destroyed all the time. So it's like
Killer
See, I
Instinct
think-
is one of those with it is such a heavy combo driven game that you have to know the combos
Yeah.
to defeat the other like Mortal Kombat button smasher, but also you know you got the cool finishers. But I mean, to try to get a freaking the ultimate combo, holy crap! That's just it's like a 15 button. I remember on the I think it was a Super Nintendo. It was like 15 button input to get like the ultimate combo. It's just insane.
Mhm.
The problem though with fighters is the fact that most of us grew up where you'd go to the movies with your parents and there'd be a fighter arcade there.
No,
So-
yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good point.
When you can't shit talk the person sitting next to you and you got to do it online, it's not the same as what it was, you know, when you're sticking quarters in constantly.
I think the arcades may have been what got a lot of us into fighting games actually.
Oh,
back
yeah,
then.
for
You know
sure,
what I mean?
for
So
sure.
without the arcades and stuff, maybe that's one of the reasons why it's kind of dying off a little bit. You know, that makes sense. Good thought. Appreciate the $2 super chat, Forky. Forkboy Gaming with a generous $2. Thank you, sir. He says, "Now I feel confused when I try to say Bandai Namco." You know,
I think all of us are.
Pong kept saying it. I'm like, is he saying it right?
yeah, I know.
It's just
It's
it's
Like
like
now
that
I'm
word,
freaking
you know-
confused.
it's Namkai
like,
Bandai.
you know it's
Yeah,
spelled
yeah.
right, but then you're like you question yourself, like, did I spell this right? Fuck.
Yeah, well, I spelling the super chat, I actually Googled it to make sure I was spelling it right. Thanks.
Yeah.
Matt.
Well, because
I'm
I
like,
always used to say
what the hell?
Namco, or I just only used to say Namco, right? And then I used to say Namco Bandai, right? But then everybody was saying, you know, Bandai Namco. So in my head, when I was starting to say it, I was like, wait, I need to reverse it because everybody says Bandai Namco, but it came out wrong because I still wanted to say Namco Bandai.
Yeah.
So it turned into Namkai Bando. And
They
I
flipped
just
their name
confuse
in
a
like
lot of people
2010
now
or some
again.
shit like that.
Yeah. It's Namco Bandai, Bandai Namco, Namkai Bando.
Okay.
Now we're even more confused.
That's the next name. That's the next name change. Anybody else here have hope for a Killer Instinct? I mean, like, I know you're not into it, babe. Like, you haven't really tried it.
Like
but
Fortnite.
it's like
Yeah, is it like Fortnite? Because if it is, I'll give it a try.
yeah.
And can I also just say,
Yeah.
I think every game should change the casual mode to the Pong mode.
You're right. Casual mode. And it's just like we have Pong mode in this game for all of you.
Use your casual.
All you casuals that just want to play.
Talk about confusing people if you did that.
Yeah.
Everybody be like, what's Pong mode?
One question I have though, if it was like that Team Soul or whatever they're called, that's the Soul Calibur team, right? That would probably prevent them from making the next Soul Calibur game, right? For a while. So would that be a fair trade-off at that point? Would there be like pissed off Soul Calibur fans now? Like, I like the Soul Calibur games as well, but the last one was a disappointment for me.
I like the last one. So I don't
It depends. It just depends. I mean, I don't think they'd be upset, but because who knows if they were even thinking about making another one? Maybe
right.
Doing if they're gonna do a Killer Instinct, maybe that gives them rejuvenation or whatever. Into
what was
making
that?
fighting games.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You guys want to
Speaking
make
of
fun
making
me?
up
What was that
words.
word?
I didn't want to say anything.
Yeah, it's that. Yeah, it's in.
Yeah.
He did try and play it off too.
Yeah, it is. Oh, sorry, I got something in my throat.
It's the voice.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Soul Calibur was never the big, like it was popular, but it was never the biggest seller.
Yeah.
Right. I'm looking up some numbers. Like legitimately, it's been like 1 to 2 million, like each one. Right. So maybe that was the
That
deal,
used to be
right?
a lot bigger back then,
Right. Maybe, Xbox, maybe Phil has been calling around to, developers and saying, hey, what do you guys got going on? You guys got any teams? Kind of like, Crystal Dynamics. You got any availability? We're looking for somebody to make Killer Instinct. And maybe, like Psycho just said, Bandai Namco said, yeah, we're not planning on making another Soul Calibur for a while. So we got this team, that makes fighters, but we're not planning on making another Soul Calibur because last one, So let's work out a deal. Let's make Killer Instinct.
Yeah.
I don't know if
Well,
it's
who
the
makes
exact
Dead or Alive?
Dead or Alive is
Namco.
yeah, it's the same. It's banned. Is it? No, it's Toei. What's the fucking name?
Ninja.
No.
It's a Koei Tecmo, I think.
Yeah, it's Tecmo. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, I don't know if it's the same team that makes Soul Calibur, but the Jump Force game just got shut down last year, so there's a free team there too.
There's a free team there too.
So I looked it up, and Soul Calibur 6 was worked on by Project Soul, Bandai Namco Studios, and Dimps. Okay, Dimps also has worked on Street Fighter, and if you look up their history, Dimps has worked on a lot of games, like crazy amount of games. Dragon Ball The Breakers, which hasn't released yet, I don't think. Maybe it has, I'm not sure. Tabeoja, Super Dragon Ball Heroes, Soul Calibur 6, Sword Art Online, Fatal Bullet, Dragon Ball Legends, Dragon Ball Heroes, Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, Super Dragon Ball Heroes, My Hero Academia Battle for All, Street Fighter 5. They worked on the arcade. Oh wait, they worked on the arcade version, the PS4 version, and so they worked on Street Fighter 5. Dragon Ball Xenoverse, like holy crap, they like going back all the way to 2001. They worked on Sonic games, Sonic Advance 2. So Dimps has been a studio that's been out there for a long time, and they're one of the studios that worked on Soul Calibur 6 as well. So they kind of like seemed like a studio for hire kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
They don't really have, it doesn't seem like they have a parent company. I'm trying to see if they're a subsidiary of somebody, but maybe they could do it, right? Maybe because they worked on Soul Calibur 6, maybe has gotten around like, hey, the Soul Calibur 6 team, so people were thinking Namco, Bandai Namco, Namkai Bando, whatever the hell you want to call it, is involved. So Demps would be a possibility, as well as Project Soul, which is the main Soul Calibur team, right?
Yep.
So who knows? It could be them. It could be the Tekken team. It could be anybody. Who knows, man? I think I'm hopeful that it's a thing because it needs to be a thing. I want the fighting genre to come back big this gen.
I mean, just a quick look up real quick.
Yeah.
In the last 30 years, the entire fighting genre has only sold 257 million copies.
No.
And
Wow.
that's just the top 6 games.
So GTA
Mortal
5
Kombat,
online, GTA 5 was almost outsold the entire fighting game.
Minecraft is just 20 million shy of completely
Wow.
outdoing the entire fighting genre. Because
Mm,
it's Mortal Kombat, Super Smash Brothers, Tekken, Street Fighter, Soul Calibur, and Virtua Fighter are the top 6. So I mean,
I wouldn't mind Virtua Fighter coming back.
I mean, I guess in a way, it's like said, it may be something that's going by the wayside.
Right.
Yeah, man, that's I just would like to see it. Like it's crazy to think that though, because it's like so many of these franchises are household names for gamers. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Sure.
Street Fighter, Tekken.
For us, because
us.
we grew up. Because we grew up in the fighting, like
But
the
even
prime,
for
the
casual
golden age of
people,
fighters.
like I
Yeah,
think almost everybody's heard of Street Fighter
Right, and most everybody's heard of Mortal Kombat.
and Mortal
Like,
Kombat,
I was talking to-
Tekken.
Yeah.
I was talking to someone earlier about this, and I think the problem is most of us on this panel are 25 years or older, so we're representing, unfortunately, and we're more
Yeah.
the diehard gamers, so we're only representing a very small portion where companies are looking at the 12, 11, 10-year-old because that's the future of gaming, and that's where they're kind of aiming at. So unfortunately, fighting may not be on the top of their list. But if they can get 1 million copies sold, that'll almost, that's still not bad for a fighting game, or even 1 million people to try it on Game Pass.
Mm-hmm.
Mortal Kombat also had a lot of like publicity in the 90s. Like it was like
Correct.
the most
Correct.
violent game, and then they had the
Yeah.
movies. So like Mortal Kombat's like big for multiple reasons, not just as a fighter.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Street Fighter got a movie. I mean, there was a lot of that crossover in the 90s, and that's
I
what.
wouldn't call that a movie.
Come on. Come on. It's one of Van Damme's best. Let's go.
Come on.
Hong, you are gonna disagree on that one.
I mean, they did have Baraka. Was it Baraka?
Yeah, it's Barack. No,
Yeah, we can just go with we
Blanca.
could just ignore that. Yeah.
Raul Julia as M. Bison's not so bad, right? They had Blanca. They had
Okay, the entire time he
Cammy,
played Bison, I was waiting for his wife from Adam's Family to walk in.
Oh my
So, I
god,
mean-
that's hilarious. Yeah.
It's like you're not a violent person. You're
Yeah.
no.
You're no.
Gomez.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know. I think they need to come back. I think Smash Brothers, is the new style. Smash Brothers is obviously huge.
it's the
but
only
it's
one
not-
that's really huge right now. I mean, it seems.
I
Like,
mean, like Alvin says, Evo still gets 100K plus viewers easy. So
the
I mean,
esports
again,
scene, yeah, it's
the
big.
esports scene, they're still big and there's still a place. And Mortal Kombat sells just because, like you said, Mav, the production values off the charts. And so I think
Bigger
there
in
is
Asia,
still a
too.
place for it. It just has to be done right. And
Yeah.
so, at the end of the day, Street Fighter going to PlayStation only was a big mistake for Capcom, but they needed the money at the time, right? So
Yeah.
that kept them afloat and let them get the Resident Evil franchise back on track again, which led to now Capcom being back, back on top again. So I mean, but Street Fighter did suffer by being PlayStation only for sure. So
So Sony bought the Evo thing, so they own a lot of
Yeah.
the fighter viewers too.
Interesting. All right. Vic the Click hit us with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Vic. He says, now I'm going to have the Mandela effect with the name, thanks to Mav. Is it Bandai Namco or Namco Bandai? No, I call it Namkai Bando.
All bases covered with Mavs.
Yeah,
version,
good luck on that. Yeah, mine covers all three. It's the only one you need to know. Namkai Bando. Yeah, dude.
Man, all these Russian viewers coming in. I just wish I understood their
Oh
lingo.
my gosh, it's terrible.
Just wish
You
I
know,
understood their lingo.
I don't want to sound
Appreciate it.
bad, but I'm glad it's not just our channel and a couple of little channels that I've been
No.
on that get hit by the Russian.
Yeah, that's been going on now for like the past
Yeah.
2 months now. I've been seeing it in almost
Mhm.
every chat. It's weird. It's strange. Like a
It's
code.
not even just the Russian things. It comes with it like a
Yeah.
bunch of names that are from all territories and stuff. And it's
Oh yeah.
and they
I
do
see
this
it
little
a lot
like
of the Russian.
a few letters and a dot and a few letters. And
Almost
what
like
it-
code.
I think they're trying to like get people to copy and paste and put it in Google, right? And then like erase the space. Because I was curious, so I started Googling that stuff, but I left the space, right?
Yeah.
And like there was options to click on ones that actually had like the regular address, and it said like
Oh,
don't- and
boy.
it said
You-
don't click on this address, right? So nobody when they put
Av, you're
those-
living life dangerously, man.
when they put
Oh,
those
boy.
codes in the chat, like those random
Yeah.
dot things, guys, nobody copy and paste that.
So
put it
those
into-
aren't Xbox codes.
No, those are not. Nobody copy and paste that and put it into your internet browser because it'll probably take you somewhere that they're probably trying to steal your shit or something. I don't know what it is, but it's
Still your
YouTube.
Xbox.
YouTube needs to crack down on those things. I tried putting a few in like the block things. you
Yeah,
know,
I was
like,
gonna say, could you do that?
I've done it for several of them, but they keep changing it up, so it's like
A lot of them
You
are
know.
like VOY or something like that.
yeah. And the reason they don't put the link itself is because it's easy to block the ability
Yeah.
for links to pop into YouTube. So they're trying to post links, but they're doing it with a space. That's what they're doing. So, anyway, now that unnecessary explanation's out of the way, I appreciate everybody watching here tonight again. And I guess we'll get out of here. There's not really, unless anybody else have anything noteworthy to mention or bring up right now.
Caitlin, I did send you a link of something you can look at just in case you decide to sell your Fortnite account.
Ooh.
Was it like, what is your skin worth? Wait, that sounds like another. That sounds
Oh, these Russian links, man.
or sorry, that's the different website.
Oh my god.
Her skin's
Holy
worth a lot.
hell.
Yeah, they go. They go.
Yeah, I think
They go
that
for big
Galaxy
money.
skin is like $2,000, something like that.
I googled it and it came up with player auctions where you can auction off all sorts of different accounts, and there's one on there for like $2,300.
What? And
I have like a large portion of those skins.
Yeah, that's
I don't understand
Yeah.
it.
Hey,
It's-
how do you do it? Like, how do you sell your? I'm not selling like my gamer tag, right?
I think you, yeah.
Just
you would-
my Epic account.
you'd have to sell. No, you
I don't
well,
know.
you have to unlink your Xbox account, then you'd have to sell your Epic account, and you go on player auctions and you can sell it there. They buy it, and then they usually sell it to somebody else, or they get all the info and make sure it's legit, and you can't log into it while it's.
So is
up
that
for
legal?
auction.
Like to be able to sell your?
No, it's
Epic
against
account?
terms of service. So
Yep.
every game out there you can't sell because they're losing money. They don't get any part of that. So if they find
Yeah.
out you sold it, they can actually ban you and the person that bought it.
Well, I,
may
like to
have
live on
bought
the
a
edge, so
World of Warcraft
No.
account once.
I don't. This is not an we're not advocating for people to do this.
And
but-
remember, Caitlin is a Sith Lord, so she does walk on the dark side.
Yeah, if you,
so.
I'm sure if you just put your Fortnite account on the Facebook Marketplace, you'll get $300 out of it.
okay.
And a free Xbox.
Well, I'm interested in the Respawn making another AAA first-person shooter that's focused on style mobility. That's supposedly not Titanfall.
Oh yeah,
Which-
that
Good, because
Rumor that came
Titanfall's
out.
ass.
Bullshit! You hush your mouth.
Kate is not a Titanfall fan. She does.
Yeah,
not like
I
the
got to
modes.
agree with Psycho on that one. Hush, hush. You.
You know what?
Titanfall's
I-
awesome.
I like Fortnite, so
I hear your daughter calling you. You got to go see what she needs.
No, she actually just came in here and said, "Are you going to be muted for a while?" I was like, "Why?" She's like, "I just spilled glitter everywhere and I need to vacuum it up."
Yeah.
I'm
Great.
like, "Go for it. I don't want to see it."
Wow.
I It just spilled glitter. The things you want to hear from your child.
Yeah.
Have quick run in there and roll around in it.
I got home
I
one
would,
day from the
but
hospital.
I was born covered in glitter.
Yeah.
I got home one day from the hospital. My wife said, I'm locked in the bedroom. Deal with your kids. Got home only to find out they dumped 5 pounds of mini M&Ms in the carpet.
Oh my
Wow.
gosh.
They didn't get melty at all.
I would have
did
gotten on my hands and knees and ate those.
We're talking the mini chocolate chips, Caitlin,
Yeah.
not the.
No,
Yeah.
I know. I fucking love mini M&Ms.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I bet you could
got
have
a-
more than 50 subscribers if you post it.
Yeah, I got
Can
a
you
video that
imagine
could,
Mav
and
walking
then,
into that
ruined the
room?
vacuum sucking the rest out of the carpet.
I'd probably just
Uh.
walk in, be like, "What the fuck," and turn around and walk back the other direction.
No, that should be like I should make it OnlyFans of just like,
Yeah.
You
Yeah, why
eating
not?
candy off the carpet.
and I can call it Carpet Muncher.
Literally.
Think of how
Oh.
great that would be.
That is-
Millions.
I
Millions.
just
Guys,
go
check out my
munching, like,
new Carpet Muncher
Cheetos,
series next week.
Cheetos, little
Yeah, you can have all
M&Ms.
different kinds of food.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Hey, everybody,
you-
tune
will
in next
carpet
week.
That could pop off.
Turn
You
in next
pick the
week to
food.
carpet munching with Caitlin.
Yeah, you get some
Pick the
Uh,
food, I'll munch
mukbang.
the carpet.
You can get a whole bunch of different people. You get mukbang
I could take
people and-
suggestions from my fans of what to eat.
Mhm.
Good.
Maybe like spaghetti and meatballs.
$1 million ideas come out of every
Can we-
episode of
can we
Xbox
Can you
Ultimate.
get a
Like-
foot long hot dog?
Can we do this on the carpet, like in the closet or something, so it's not like out.
No, we'll go to Home
Hey,
Depot.
Lindsay,
and
Yeah,
we'll
just go get some
like-
samples. Just go get
Yeah,
some
we'll
samples.
get carpet
Yeah.
samples.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and all you hear is
Oh, can we like install like several mics around the floor, so you can really hear the like slurping and stuff?
So you want to do ASMR carpet munching now?
Well, I mean, they're gonna want to hear it,
I'm sure they will.
oh my god.
Oh.
Oh boy.
I'll do that every once in a while too, Fork. Oh,
And then you could sell the leftovers. You could sell the leftovers on your Patreon and get like $100 out of it.
oh my gosh, genius,
Wow.
genius.
There we go.
This is
Caitlin's new empire.
Mav, what's your warranty on your carpet? Just FYI.
was that?
What's your warranty on your carpet?
It's probably void by now.
Well, it's gonna be void here soon.
I guess so.
Here's some spaghettios.
Yeah.
And it has to be carpet because the carpet munching thing.
Thanks
You're gonna
for
get
clarifying
Berber?
that. Because munching hardwood. Well, no.
Oh, I could munch wood.
Yeah.
Lick the wood.
Oh god.
No, you're gonna
Slurping wood.
you're gonna lick the wood.
No, okay, no. What'd you just say?
What?
What?
Did you
What?
just say lick the PUSSY?
No.
Lick the wood.
The wood.
Okay,
No,
guys,
that
I
was
can
your
have a-
mind making that up.
I'll have two like shows. The other one will be lick the wood, where I just lick liquids off
No.
a hard floor.
No. You gotta do a threesome. You gotta have hardwood and carpet right next to each other, and you just alternate.
Whoa. Whoa.
There you go.
Then
And you can do muff diving where you just get in the bathtub and dive down.
Die for muffins.
No, I could eat like
Yeah,
something out of like
muffins.
a clean like a muffler. Is that what it's called?
no,
A
you don't want to
muffler.
eat out of muffler.
What?
don't want to eat
out
No, a clean one. A
That's
clean
for like the
muffler.
hardcore. Woo! All right.
You do not want to eat out of
Mav, you're gonna come home one day and just walk back out and shut the door.
Yeah, I was like, what the
It's
fuck?
gonna be the
going
whole
on?
the Homer or the
Like,
Simpson gift.
Don't worry, I'm
Gra-
making money.
Grandpa Simpson.
This is all for money. It's okay.
Well,
What does
the cake-
splendiferous mean? He said, "How do you do it, Mav?"
Um,
I think you
It's-
need to put
I-
up with this.
Probably means putting up with you.
Yeah.
Caitlin.
A treasure.
You are definitely a gem.
Uh,
hey, I feel like playing some Dying Light with you sometime soon, babe. So we need to get to that for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
But hey, everybody, this has been a hell of a show. Thank you all for tuning in to the show. Vic the Click, shout out to you. Is that 1 mil or I mil? Hello, how are you doing? Splendiferous, Mike Lowry, only on Xbox, Big Bag Mo. I saw HR Bomber in here earlier. Alvin, Abacab 72. Lots of awesome people in here today. So thank you all for tuning in to the show tonight. And I want to thank our special guest, Fork Boy Gaming, for helping us turn this left at times, and also for having.
It didn't really turn left.
It didn't. No,
until
not
the
too bad.
end.
Until the end. Yeah.
I try.
uh,
Other people's shows, I try to be good.
Yeah. No, you're awesome, dude. I give any time, man. And we need to hook up sometime in person because we live so close to each other, like 45 minutes away.
Yes. Yes.
But
I
yeah,
actually
dude.
don't work far from you, actually.
Oh yeah. What city?
Or Las Colinas, pretty much almost Dallas.
Okay. Right on, dude.
So
Nice. Yeah. Anytime, man. Well, always welcome back. And where
Appreciate
can
it.
everybody find you? Gaming Beyond the Box and all the.
you could find me Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. Gaming Beyond the Box with Wilmy, Bomber, Ghost, Leo, and Dread, and Lady. And find me Forkboy Gaming on Twitter. Nope, on Xbox, and Forkboy_gaming on Twitter. And thanks for having me. I appreciate the invite. Appreciate you being patient until I can be available. So
Yeah, man. Glad to have you here. Thanks for coming on, dude. And first in my heart, lovely wife Caitlin. Besides carpet munching, muff diving, licking wood, and all these things you're gonna be doing for content.
You just ruined it. I was gonna say you can find me on my OnlyFans. No, you can
Tell
find
everybody
me on
about
Twitter.
your cookies.
Oh my god. You can find me. You can find me on Twitter at KaitlinXO615. And every Monday you can watch me eat and review delicious cookies. Yeah, bye. Thanks, Fork. Thank you, chat.
I can say honestly, her cookie crumble reviews are pretty awesome because there's been a couple times where I've watched them and not went and bought a couple of them. So
Hashtag influencer.
Send her an instant pot. I want to benefit. Let's go.
Yeah.
Instant pot. I'm waiting.
A mellow fellow from outer space, the one and only Psychonauts. Where can everybody find you, sir?
Yeah, thanks for chat for coming out. You guys are fantastic. Fork Boy, it's always awesome to have you on. It was great to see you outside of, the realm of, shit. I don't know. Sorry. Sorry.
You butchered that from the get-go.
Yeah, I was kind of
it's like
fucking.
when you need a
I'm just a little fucking, smoky tonight.
Rumpelstiltskin.
Yeah. But everyone can find me on everywhere, fucking social media, Psychonauts8. You can find me Wednesdays on Fun Pop at 7, and here with fucking the 8 magnificent fuckers. Yeah.
Magnificent fuckers.
Yeah.
Okay, that's it. There's a new
Oh
name.
man, I don't know if like 8 magnificent fuckers. Okay, love it.
It's not
Appreciate
catchy,
the
though.
compliment, Psycho.
I
put
think
that in the
we've all-
YouTube description.
I think we've all lost the ability to speak. As one word.
Oh, it all started with your Namkai Bando.
I know. I'm
Crap.
sorry.
It was. You fucked us all up.
Jasper, the realist, the lore master, Debbie Downer himself. Where can everybody find you, sir?
Wow, thanks. You can check me out at Jasper_gaming_ on Twitter and Jasper Gaming on YouTube. And Fun Pop Wednesdays with Psycho and Mav, and Xbox Ultimate on Fridays.
Yes, sir. He didn't lose the ability to speak. You nailed that. The encyclopedia of gaming dating back to the very first game ever created, the one and only Pong Soul.
Yes, sir. What a great night. First of all, Lady, Lupa, 3-Bit, we miss you, fam. We really do on Friday nights. It's not the same without all of us together. Hope you're all doing well, and can't wait to have the full great 8 as it is now.
That's
Back
eight
playing with your
magnificent
lizard.
fuckers
No, it's
now.
eight magnificent fuckers. What are you talking about?
I'm not doing that. I'm not supporting that. Fork, it was awesome to have you, man. I love hearing you talk. You do have some good takes in between the crazy fun that you bring as well. So it was awesome to have you here. Thanks again.
Thanks,
It was
man.
great to be on the show, man. Absolutely. Glad you could make it. And chat, you guys were absolutely incredible as always. Listen, first things first, please continue with the prayers, thoughts, and energy for Spooky. Again, he's been given some more time. There's been some positive signs. It's now public knowledge that he was attacked, hit in the back of the head, which caused a grand mal seizure, and so he needs the thoughts, prayers, and energy from everybody possible. So please continue with that. It's ultra important. Again, real life first, and he is a great member of this community, a great human being, and we want to make sure that he sticks around. So we need to get him back. So please continue all of that. Otherwise, you can find me Pong Soul Xbox, Twitter. You know the drill there. Tomorrow morning, I sent out the reminder this morning in video form. A lot of people have been retweeting it, liking it. Thank you all for everybody who did. Please pass the word. Steel Rain, my brother from another, and I, living split screen Saturday mornings. We are in mission 1K for this year. We want to get to 1K. We are over 400. So please come by, check us out, bring some friends with you, bring some family members, whoever it is. Come check us out tomorrow morning, living split screen, 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Central Time. And then tomorrow night, Shot Podcast, PTK, Blam, Centurion, Fuzzy Belvedere, myself, and we have Kea Sante this week, another awesome dude from this community. Please come check out the Shop Podcast Saturday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 o'clock Central Time. Tuesdays, Xbox Factor Podcast. See, Mav, you really did screw us up.
Namco Bando.
Yeah, exactly. Tuesdays
Exactly.
over on Double Barrel Gaming. So Mr. Boomstick, Mav when he is available, Archimedes. We now have Mr. Joanna Dark. Hopefully 3-Bit will join us at some point again. All things Xbox, Tuesdays, 12 p.m. Eastern, 11 o'clock Central Time. Please drop in there. Thursdays, PM in the PM, Pong and Mav in the PM. If you didn't catch last night's episode, our longest that we've been since, outside of the special for the Game Awards, but we went for over 3 hours last night. Mav and I had a great time talking to you all. So please check out PM in the PM Thursday nights, 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 o'clock Central Time. Otherwise, I'll be back here next Friday for Xbox Ultimate. All things being equal, if it's good, I will be here for sure. But it's a golden age of gaming, people. Please go out there and enjoy it. Have a great weekend. Play what you love what you play, and I'm going to talk to you all real soon.
Heck yeah, man.
So
Chat.
what he said.
Again, guys, you rock. Remember you can check out this podcast and as well as all the other shows that we have here on Fun Speculation on Google Podcasts, on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and trying to grow there as well. So if you have a chance to, hey, check out Xbox Ultimate on Spotify, leave a review. Apple Podcasts, leave a review. It helps out greatly. And also I want to say, everybody, thank you to the congrats that I got on Twitter for us hitting 2K subs as well. So I appreciate just the positivity out there, like with all of that. So it means a lot. We're going to continue to grow, continue to put content, stream games, have fun discussions, all of the above. Check out tomorrow on FSP, Fun Speculation Podcast with Gaming Key and Fuzzy Belvedere. We're going to have some fun talk tomorrow as well. That's at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. So I'll see you guys then. And then following back up Monday with Tidbits, and then Wednesday with Fun Pop, Thursday PM in the PM. Tuesdays when I can, like Pong said, Xbox Factor Podcast with Mr. Boomstick, who's been just absolutely tremendous for the community and helping us grow as well.
You're also going to be on 2 shows
yes,
this week, right?
on tomorrow there's a new podcast.
Tomorrow?
Wait, no, Sunday.
Sunday.
Sorry, Sunday.
Thank God he has me.
You're his manager.
Yeah. Great guy in the community is starting a new podcast. I think he's had 1 or 2 episodes so far. You know him, John Wolf. So he asked me to
Wow,
be on a
cool.
show with him, and I'm going to do that on Sunday. So tune into that. And then on Monday, I'm going to be joining. I don't know if he's announced it yet, so I don't know if I should say or not, but I don't know. I don't know the rules. Anyway, I'm just going to say WBG. I'll be joining them on WBG
Nice.
on with Dirt and the gang there. So that'll be a blast. So yeah, it'll be a fun week ahead for shows and stuff. But yeah, it all starts tomorrow again with FSP. So guys, thank you all. I appreciate you. Love you all. All the above. Yes. Thank you. Bye. That's it.
Bye,
We're
guys.
We're leaving. Bye.
Later,
Namkai
fuckers.
Bando.